Indians' hometown radio station, Cool 102.7.
Presentation of School of the Osage High School Sports. I am Craig Allen, alongside Steve Adams, Amy Hail Mary Adams on the camera with us tonight, and Mike Forever Young back in the studio holding it down as we get set to get School of the Osage Indian Football started. We are here at School of the Osage tonight, and the Bolivar Liberators are in town to kick off the season. This will be our fourth year in a row playing Bolivar to start the season. Our third year in a row playing Bolivar to start the season. And you can find this broadcast on your radio dial at 102.7. You can also find the video broadcast on MoSportsZone.com, or you can go to YouTube, search MoSportsZone on YouTube. Find the MoSportsZone page. There's a lot of live action going on around the area tonight. You can also find it at the KQUL Cool 102.7 Facebook page. You'd be hard-pressed to not find Osage football tonight. Now, if you do go to MoSportsZone.com and if you do go to YouTube and search out MoSportsZone, you need to know that the MoSportsZone, also an affiliate of the Bolivar Liberators, so their broadcast team is here as well. So if you want to get off on the wrong foot and not hear Steve Adams at the start of this season, you can listen to the Bolivar broadcast, I guess. But yeah, there will be two teams here, so you want to make sure that you're checking out the School of the Osage broadcast. You can hear Steve and I call the game and bring it to you here tonight. Steve, we did the Jamboree last week, but it just feels different tonight, doesn't it?
Oh, it's just the gathering of a Friday night football game is just pretty special. I love the vibe. I love the energy. And obviously football is on the main stage, but you've got our cheerleaders, you've got the band, you got the dance team, you've got graduates from last year coming, kind of a homecoming feel. It's just great to be here, and it's just great to have the scoreboard in use, right? That's the thing about Jamboree. You get to see lots of names and faces that you don't normally get to see throughout the season, but there's no score, right? There's no suspense, and here we are. We got a game on the line in the start of the season here. You got the Bolivar Liberators looking to turn around a season. They're coming off last year 3 wins, 7 losses. On the flip side of that, you got Osage with 9 wins, 3 losses, making it to quarterfinals, winning their district. And so you got one program trying to sustain and extend their legacy, while you've got Bolivar trying to turn things around. And as you said, this has been kind of the litmus test for both teams the last 3 seasons. And so we'll see what's going to happen here tonight on the gridiron.
Last season, Osage went down to Bolivar, had a 28-20 victory in a highly contested game. Pretty back and forth. Osage able to make some plays down the stretch in that final quarter to bring home the win. They're going to be missing, obviously, some key pieces from that game. Brady Clark loomed big in that game. And, of course, another player that was big in that one that we're not going to see here tonight was Hunter Schreiman.
Yeah, when I was just putting down the keys for Osage tonight, that was 2 keys, right? How do we replace Hunter Schreiman? He had a big impact on last year's game. He had an interception right at the goal line on the opening drive for Bolivar to shut them down. He scored a touchdown right in the end. Man, it was a beautiful pass from Trusty last year to go ahead. He was one that drew a pass interference play on a key. It was the drive where they take the lead for the last time. He had this pass interference that he drew and extended their drive. So he was a big part of their success last year. How do you replace just his confidence, his swagger, his experience, his talent? What do we do about Brady Clark? How do you replace that kicking team? And my biggest question for Osage is, what's the defense going to be like? Well, they had a stingy defense last year. We've got a lot of new faces. Are they going to be able to stop the talented athletes?
Well, I got a chance to try and ask some of those questions to Coach Jolly. I caught up with him yesterday before this game. Let's kick it over to that interview right now with Coach Jolly. Craig Allen here alongside Coach Jolly for the Rock Island Insurance pregame coaches interview, and the season start is upon us as the Indians get set to take on the Bolivar Liberators coming up later on tonight. And Coach, you're coming into tonight, obviously not a brand new team across the board, but you're replacing a lot of seniors from last year. And more so than that, you're replacing a lot of experience. Obviously a 3-year starter at quarterback, players that played multiple years at their position. It's the next guy up mentality, but how do you go about replacing that much experience on your team?
I think it starts back the last 2 years at our lower levels. One of the commitments that we've made here is to make sure we're playing games on Monday night. I think this year we've got 7 freshman games. These kids have played. They've been in games. They haven't been sitting around waiting. They are experienced, maybe not experienced on Friday night, but they have more experience than most. And really, for the most part, our young guys have transitioned in relatively well, and I feel confident at the end of the season, week 10, when it really matters, that any of those guys that have left, that will have matched their level of performance or even been better. And that's a compliment to the guys on the way out, but also a compliment to the guys on the way in. That's what our program's structured to do, is to make sure that we're getting better each year.
The next question I wanted to ask you is, how do you go about molding the next set of leaders and decision makers out there on the field, and guys who will take control in situations out there and make the calls for you?
Well, I think it's a little bit more organic than most people think. I think, a lot of those leaders will step up on their own and create their own identity, but it's becoming harder and harder each year. And it's been a topic of conversation in our office. We have kids now that really sometimes are hesitant to put themselves out there. You got cameras, you got phones, you got people making comments. So it's like, for a kid that wants to be a leader, there's a new set of pressures that come along with that. So to answer your question is, we just kind of watch them as they come through the program and see if they kind of step up a little bit and rise to the occasion. And then we give them some tools, on maybe how to be vocal and win, things like that. But really, to be honest with you, that probably comes more from their parents or maybe how they were raised. And then we just try to foster that or to identify it when they're moving up.
Well, you guys have certainly done a good job of creating great young men that have gone out into the workforce. You graduated so many seniors last year, and a lot of leaders, a lot of guys who went on and are doing great things, not just this last year, but in the past. I mean, how many people or how many kids now do you have that are in our armed forces and are leaders in their community and leaders in their programs? Talk about the coaching staff, the parents, everything that goes into helping mold these kids, not just into football players, but leaders.
Well, and I think it starts here around the table in our coach's office. We got Chris Butler, who was an Army veteran, and he gives great insight to that world and that pathway for some of our kids. And then we just added Nick Hendricks, who served in the Air Force as well, and he played for me at Eldon. So we're fortunate to have guys like that on board. But to see Nick Joyner and Jaden Wilkes and Nathan Lee all leave together, we had dinner the other night and just talked about them headed to the Marine Corps. It's more than proud, but it's a combination of all the coaches combining and filling those guys up with insight and leadership and
Osage has had some success against them. Certainly been some competitive games. I know that's what you're looking for. You're looking for that competitive games, especially in the non-conference to start the season. What does Osage have to do to come out later on tonight against Bolivar and be competitive and bring home a win tonight?
Well, I think it's come out confident and do the things that we are good at. We've got some things that we need to improve on that we'll continue to work on during the season, and that does come from transition of players. So it's really come out and maybe establish the line of scrimmage, make sure that we're getting off the ball quickly. Bolivar got some super athletic kids that we're going to have to cover on the defensive end, and offensively we're just going to have to be in the right spot and maintain the ball. And I think keep possession of the football is going to be big.
What year of coaching are we in now, Coach?
When I left Perry, Missouri in 1989, I started coaching middle school football in 1990. And I'm proud to say that I volunteered for 3 years, and I coached football, basketball, and track those 3 years without any pay at all. So what is that, 1990? Was it 36 years?
36 years. So we're coming into year 37. What is year 30? What is different about year 37, Coach Jolly, coming into this year?
I don't know. I think I'm a little more grateful for the opportunities that I've had and for the people around me, like our staff specifically, being able to be amongst these guys. And then the one thing that hasn't changed as much as everybody wants to say is the kids. Our kids come down here and they remind me of the same kids that I had 20 years ago. They all want to just play and do those things. Sometimes we put a bigger emphasis on that. And I always tell them it's usually not the kids that's changed so much, it's the adults. So we're just trying to hold a standard down here that's traditional and kind of old school. And it's worked for us so far, and our kids have responded.
That's Coach Jolly for the Rock Island Insurance Coaches pregame interview. We've got the Liberators and the Indians coming up in a bit right here on Cool 102.7 Sports.
When your electrical project can't wait, call Honest Abe's. From broken light switches to full panel replacements, their team is ready with same-day or next-day service. With multiple master electricians on staff, Honest Abe's brings more hands-on experience than most companies in mid-Missouri. Oh, and yes, they even do solar installations. Whatever that is. No matter if it's big jobs, small fixes, or everything in between. For electrical work done right, choose Honest Abe's.
HVAC, septic, plumbing, and electric. Call HonestAbes.com.
Custom railing stairs that gleam. Awnings made just like your dream. Sun controls the name. Since 1985, they lead the game. Screen enclosures keep bugs at bay. Enjoy your summer every day. Family owned and local too. American Sun Control, made for you.
In a world where the real estate market is tougher than the gridiron, count on the play calling from Coach Matt Shrimp and the Berkshire Hathaway team.
Winners never quit and quitters never win.
When the deal is on the line.
The inches we need are everywhere around us.
Count on Coach Matt Shrimp and the Berkshire Hathaway team to deliver the results.
It's game time.
Touchdown!
Matt Shrimp and Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Lake Ozark Realty.
Is your garage door creaking, squeaking, or just plain loud? Hi, it's Paul Dooley with Dooley Overhead Doors. We fix nosy doors with new springs and expert adjustments. And if it's time for an upgrade, we can make that happen using only top quality material and service. In 40 years, we've seen a lot of changes here at the lake, but we're still here because of our great sales and customer service. Let us show you how. Call Dooley Overhead Doors at 573-348-4399.
Football!
Take the field.
Game on.
Back to the Osage Indians football pregame and kickoff show on your Indians hometown radio station, Cool 1027.
Back here at School of the Osage High School for kickoff of the 2026 football season for School of the Osage. Bolivar Liberators up here in town for the opening game of the year. Again, you can find our broadcast on MoSportsZone.com as well as on YouTube. Search MoSportsZone. There is a Bolivar broadcast as well, so you want to make sure that you get the broadcast that has Steve and I on it, or you can watch at the KQUL Cool 102.7 Facebook page. It is the Old Kinderhook pregame show live up here in the Kellysport Marina press box as we get set for the coin toss, brought to you by Lake Ride Pros. And I got to tell you, Steve, there are a ton of sponsors for this Osage team this season. It is great, but it is definitely a challenge to get everyone in and make sure that their sponsored segment gets in. Thankfully, I got this list here. Thankfully, I got this stuff up here on the stream that I have going. So I think we're going to have a pretty good season. I know a lot of people in this community, in this town, are excited for School of the Osage, and that's what happens when you have a couple years of sustained success, but this is not last year's team. Let's get that out in the open right now, and I think we saw pieces of that last week at the Jamboree.
Yeah, sure. When you look at the numbers here, so we have 3 offensive starters returning and 5 defensive starters returning here, right? So, that's a lot of positions you're having to replace. But still, that's, when you have a great program, it's just the next man up. And that's, I feel like, I was blessed to be able to jump on board and join you at just the right time as Jolly came in. And the program was turning around and just momentum building every year. And it just feels like now the question mark's gone. It's more like just an expectation, okay? We were in the quarterfinals last year. We won districts. I don't know that we're necessarily guaranteeing that kind of success this year, but there's an expectation that we are going to be a good football team. And just different faces here stepping on the field, and I'm excited about that.
You got a chance to listen to Coach Jolly's interview. I sent you the audio for it, and you can just tell that he's a little different coming into this year as well. It just kind of feels like Coach Jolly has grown with this program over time, and he has, let's not mince words. He has put together a coaching staff, and there are quite a few leaders on this team, whether it be offense, defense, special teams, all kinds of different areas of expertise, and he has put guys in that hold everyone on this team accountable.
Well, that's what a great leader does. A great leader attracts other great leaders, right? That's certainly, if you're up there thinking you're a great leader, but no one else is coming with you and following you, that might be a red flag here. You got problems. And what I also love about the Jolly story is this is the second time he has turned around the School of the Osage football program. And so what a legacy, though, that he's created here. And so I'm just looking forward to watching this. Did you happen to check out the Massey rating prediction here for tonight? Do you remember talking about this?
I leave that for my favorite segment, not sponsored, the Steve Adams Massey Index rating.
Well, here we go. The prediction is an Osage win tonight, 28-14. And
that feels like they just looked at last year's score and hit copy-paste.
No, it was 28-20.
Okay. Well, I was way off then.
71% in favor of Osage here.
How accurate was it last year?
It was pretty accurate.
I need the Steve Adams accuracy scale of the Massey Index scale.
I'd have to look at that. I was thinking maybe they were, honestly, I want to think that maybe it was a similar prediction in terms of 28-14. So we were a little bit closer game than what they thought it was going to be. But again, I think we walk in here, I'm thinking Osage is the favorite on the field tonight, even with the question marks.
Well, they just had the Lake Ride Pros coin toss, and as is tradition here at the 102.7 broadcast, neither Steve nor I were paying attention. We were looking longingly in each other's eyes and talking back and forth to each other. So we missed who is going to be receiving and who is going to be kicking away. So
we'll figure it out here pretty quick.
Yeah, I think we'll figure it out. We're pretty smart guys. We can look down there and kind of figure out what's going on. And it looks like it's going to be Bolivar that's going to kick it away to the School of the Osage offense, who will go out on the field first.
Another big question I was thinking about coming in tonight, Chapel Banner. Experienced, talented quarterback for the Bolivar Liberators. He showed some promise last year when we played him. He's had all kinds of experience since then. And I got to tell you, every time I think about saying his name, Chapel Banner, in my mind, it's Chapel Roan. So just wait for that to come out tonight.
That'd be a beautiful little Freudian slip there.
So we'll see.
Colt Butler back to receive the kick for the Indians. Osage in their blackout black jerseys with white pants. Bolivar, yellow helmet, white top, white pants, and that one's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. And this Indian offense will come out onto the field first. And if you're watching online, we will take a look at the Osage offense as shared with me by Coach Butler and Coach Jolly. This is not the full-on starting unit that will be out there, but this is a good mix of the players that will be on the field this year. We'll see Turnier, Krantz, and Herring do a lot of heavy lifting with this running game in the offense. Osage will start 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line as we get this one underway here. Be Sperling back in the pistol. They'll have one running back behind him and then 3 wide receivers out to the right. Now men in motion, pre-snap. Herring comes in tight to Sperling. Takes the snap, hands this one off. It's Turnier, right side, gets to the line of scrimmage, turns his back, pushes the pile a bit before being knocked back. And he'll pick up 2 before being brought down. That'll make it 2nd down and 8 coming up.
Hey, I've got a new app here I'm working on. Sorry, I wasn't any help to you here. So,
well, how long are you apologizing for?
I might be apologizing for that.
Years and years worth of, or just this
yeah.
Second snap. This handoff goes to Turnier, left side. Now he cuts back in, gets near the 1st down marker. He's brought down, and it is a 1st down, a Pacific Pools 1st down for Turnier on the 2nd carry of the game.
Not surprised Osage open up with 2 straight runs. That's just kind of the way we bring the game here.
1st and 10 from the 31-yard line now. 11-14 left to go in this first quarter. Brought to you by First Bank of the Lake. Turnier behind Sperling. Herring next to him. Look for Herring to get this snap here. Coach Jolly usually likes to mix it up early. And Sperling will hand it off to Herring. Left side, gets a block on the edge. Now cuts to the outside for he's brought down by that 2nd level. A pickup of about, I'd say, 6 there?
Yeah, where are we spotting the ball here? The 38-yard line. Pick up 7 here is what Yoder's saying. That's what my screen's telling me as well. So, this opening drive, 3 straight runs, it just feels very similar to what I watched just, last night and tonight, rewatching that Bolivar game last year.
Sperling in the pistol, 1 wide receiver out left. Takes the snap, hands this one off right side to Herring. He's hit at the line of scrimmage, keeps his feet, stumbles forward, brought down right at the marker. Doesn't look like it's going to be enough for a 1st down, but it'll be 3rd down and 1 coming up for the Indians.
Calling that a gain of 3 yards here. Just what a great program to be able to have. You're losing Drake Williams, you're losing Brock Arrowood, and then you have just such talented athletes like Herring, like Turnier, just come up, hey, we got this, not worried about it. Really not worried about the offense coming in tonight. For me, the question mark is how do we replace those vacuums of leadership there on the defense?
Butler goes into motion pre-snap, trying to get to the left side. He's hitting the backfield and brought down. And that is going to be an early 4th down coming up for the Indians. Maybe a loss of 1 on that one to make it 4th down and 2 coming up. So a big call here by Coach Jolly. Likely going to keep Sperling out there to see if he can draw the defense off sides. They'll probably take the penalty and then punt it away. Or he could do the absolute opposite, Steve. It's first game of the season. Who knows? Sperling back in the pistol, got 2 running backs. And there was a jump, but it was on School of the Osage. So that'll back up the Indians, make it 4th down and 7. And they'll have no choice but to kick it away. So trying to use that hard count to draw the defense offsides, winds up making the offense move. And, of course, we didn't even talk about, you talk about Maverick Trusty as a quarterback and trying to replace him, but he was a pretty good punter, too.
For sure. So we're going to stick with the quarterback with that job duty, it looks like?
Yeah, it looks like Sperling's back there for the punt. And a low snap, but he grabs it, kicks it away, crosses midfield, past the 40, past the 35, and going to bounce out of bounds at about the 33-yard line, and that is where Bolivar will take over for the first time tonight. And we'll see this Osage defense come out onto the field now.
All right, so time of possession just under 3 minutes there for Osage. Bolivar going to take the ball over with 9:05 on the clock.
Of course, no Hunter Schreiman tonight. Got hurt at the end of the Jamboree last week. Looks like taking his place out there is going to be Cooper Glover, a sophomore in that safety position next to Colt Butler. 4 wide receivers set for Bolivar here to start. Takes the snap. Now he'll fake the handoff. Quarterback keeper. Big hole up the middle before he's brought down. Got into the second level. Picked up about 9. So a good first run there off the quarterback keeper. It was just a designed option, and he decided to keep it. Picks up 9, makes it 2nd down and short here. Clock running. We're under 9 minutes left to go here in the first. 3 wide receivers stacked out to the left. Takes the snap. This time he will hand it off. Hit at the line of scrimmage, pushing the pile forward. I think that's going to be enough for a first down for the Liberators.
It was that 22 there for the Liberators. That would be Hill.
Colt Hill, just a sophomore, but a good center of gravity on him. This is Chapel Banner, like he said, 5'9" senior, leading this team out. 5 wide receivers out, nobody in the backfield. Banner back there by himself.
We're going to see that spread offense quite a bit tonight from the Liberators.
Takes the snap, looks out to the right. Now he'll take off. Hit at the line of scrimmage, can't make the tackle. Linebacker hits him, and he can't bring him down either. Past midfield and brought down for a first down. So Banner gets past 2 point of contacts before picking up the first down.
Ball all the way to what we're saying, the 42-yard line. Gain of 13 here. That's been their key play so far. 2 out of 3 times, Banner's kept the ball and picked up some good yardage.
Going to have to find somebody that just is going to keep their eye on Banner at all times in that linebacking crew. 3 wide receivers out. Banner takes the snap. Fakes the handoff. Looks to throw perfectly read over there. Nice athletic play by Turnier. Yeah. From the linebacker position, he was coming in with the blitz. They fake the handoff, tried to throw it out to the flats. Turnier gets airborne, knocks the pass down. Pretty athletic play by Turnier.
Just kind of game awareness there by an experienced athlete. Gage Turnier getting his turn here. Of course, he was a game changer on defense last year. Now he's getting the chance to carry the rock on the other side of the ball.
4 wide receivers out for Banner. Man in motion right to left. Takes the snap. And he's going to fake the handoff. Going to keep it. Go up the middle into the second level before he's hit and brought down. Forward progress gives him a gain of about 5. And now 3rd down and 5 coming up for the Liberators.
Kind of had that run, what with the option going there. Could have just passed that or handed that ball right off the gut there and just kind of making the defense make a decision. Where are you going to go? Who are you going to defend here? Able to chew up some yards just the same.
2 down territory likely from here in Osage territory. Banner back in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers out left. Man in motion, left to right. Now 2 out to each side. Takes a snap. He's going to throw. Looks out to the left quickly. Has his guy over there.
Nice
He's hit
pop.
immediately. That's Owen Krantz making the hit over there. and that's going to be just enough to stop him short and bring up 4th down. So it's going to be 4th down and 1 for the Liberators here on their first possession of the night. Good job by Krantz. Came up, made solid contact with that hit. An early contender for the healthy hit of the game and the jackhammer hit of the game. I don't know the difference, but we'll figure it out. 4 wide receivers out, 4th and 1. Banner using the hard count. 6:19 left to go here in the first, brought to you by First Bank of the Lake. Now Banner coming up, changing the play, putting something different in. Takes the snap. He'll hand it off up the middle through the line of scrimmage before eventually being brought down. But that's going to be enough for a first down before Garrett Dominic winds up making the play. So 4th down and 1, they hand it off and say try and bring down the running back. Osage can't do it through the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. 6 minutes left to go here in this first quarter. 2 wide receivers out to the right. Bunch formation for Banner. Takes the snap. He'll hand it off once again. Stutter step behind the line of scrimmage, then gets through the hole. Manages to pick up 4 to make it 2nd down and 6 for Bolivar. Chewing up a lot of clock on this drive, chewing up a lot of yards on this drive.
Second down and 5 here for the Liberators. Really just kind of establishing momentum, chewing up yards here, led by Chapel Banner here. Again, establishing the run. They're going to look to open up the pass game off of this successful rushing game.
5 wide receivers out. Banner looking to throw over the middle. Has his man into the end zone. Touchdown. That is Waylon Cooper making the catch and getting into the end zone for a touchdown for the Liberators.
Hey, just right up the seam on the route, perfectly delivered. And again, like I said, we're having to make adjustments to stop the run. That puts a lot of pressure on our D-backs. Found the opening there, the experienced quarterback with Banner, and gets the early score.
Extra point pending. Bolivar strikes first with 5:05 left to go here in the first. Now Cooper catches it. And he'll have to kick the extra point. Low snap, hold is down, kick is up, and it is good for the Liberators. 7-0 on the scoreboard. We'll take a break. Come back, kickoff to the Indians coming up after this. You're listening to Cool 102.7 Sports.
KQUL, Lake Ozark.
You work hard for your money. Now let it work hard for you. With a CD from First Bank of the Lake, you can lock in a great rate and guaranteed returns. It's safe, it's smart, it's your money, and it can work for you. Earn 4.26% APY on our 7-month CD. That's not just a great rate. It's one of the best rates in the nation. Put your money where it matters. Your future. You earned it. Now let it keep earning for you. Lock in a great CD rate at First Bank of the Lake today. Member FDIC. No business funds online. Restrictions apply. See bank for details.
This is Osage Indians Football. Here's the call of the game on your Indians hometown radio station, Cool 102.7.
The Liberators march down the field and punch it into the end zone. A pass from Chapel Banner to Waylon Cooper. And that makes it 7-0 on the scoreboard. About to kick this one away to the Indians. But the Liberators coming up with a big 4th down conversion into Osage territory. And then just finding their way into the end zone. We'll see how the Osage offense responds here. Had a pretty good drive going last time before getting shut down, and then the false start on the 4th down. Kick is away, and it's kicked a bit short, going to be fielded by Butler. And now he makes a shifty move, splits between defenders, and he finds his way up to the 40 before being brought down. So a pretty impressive return there. Looked like he was waiting to see maybe if it was going to go out of bounds or something, you know, and then wound up picking it up, made one juke on the initial tackler.
You know, there's just so much about a kick return and kick coverage. It's just about timing. And, you know, Cole just kind of saw the field, it kind of held, just hesitated a little bit, found his seam, and just kind of threaded the needle. Great return here, and just a good answer for Osage after going down 7-0.
1st and 10 from the 39, 4:59 left to go in the first. Sperling back in the shotgun. He's going to keep it this time. Now he finds a seam across midfield, splits inside a defender, hit from behind and brought down. But that is a Pacific Pools first down on the design run for Blaine Sperling.
Hey, that's Osage saying, hey, Bolivar, you may have a talented quarterback who could run the ball a little bit, but we got Blaine Sperling as well. We're going to give him a chance here.
Certainly moves like that. You have to wonder if he gets those from his father. 2 running backs next to Sperling, 1 wide receiver out to the right. 1st and 10 from the 40. This handoff goes to Herring, left side. Pushes his blocker from behind before bouncing it to the outside. He picks up 3 before being brought down. It'll be 2nd down and 7 coming up for the Indians now. 4:12 left to go here in the first quarter. Osage trying to put together an answer after Bolivar scored on the previous possession. 7-0. The Liberators out in front.
Just like seeing the patience that Herring showed on that. Not a big drive, not a big carry here, but just showing some patience trying to use his blockers.
Sperling looking to throw, floats one out there, looking for Butler to go up and make a play, and Butler actually kind of went into defensive mode there, Steve. Didn't exactly have the positioning on the defender, and then he had to go up and just do his best to knock it away from a potential turnover. Heady play there from Butler. Tough window to try to fit that one into.
Hey, that's when you're really thankful for the reps that Butler got last year, right? Just having the awareness of, okay, I'm no longer the receiver. I got to keep an INT from happening here. Got to protect my quarterback, and he does a great job of doing so.
3rd down and 7 now. Sperling takes the snap, hands this one off right side, trying to get to the edge, cannot do so. And Herring brought down for no gain. It'll be 4th down and 7.
So far, the Liberators being pretty stingy on defense, bending just a little bit on both of these drives, but just not breaking. Big 4th down here for Osage.
Yeah, Osage is going to have to go for it here. They're in Bolivar territory, not giving up a whole lot here, but going to try and get something.
You would think with 7 yards to go, we're going to see the ball go in the air, but...
no, it looks like they might actually kick this one away.
Oh, here we go. Just making fools of us, both of us.
Well, that's easy to do for one of us. I won't say whom. Flag down.
Yellow on the field. What are we saying here?
Was it delay a game? Yeah, delay a game. So it'll be 4th down and 12 coming up now. And that's 2 penalties on 4th downs and consecutive drives for the Indians.
Well, they're definitely going to kick it now. That was their intentions in the first place.
Oh, I hope he fakes it.
Oh.
Got into the backfield, but Sperling able to get it away. The ball falls, and it is going to be returned. And he's going to have some room over there on the left side, and he has got quite a lot of room. He's going to take it to the distance, but there is a flag down. Looked like a block in the back. So that's Osage's number 6. That was Braden Long that took it in, but I believe this one's going to come back. Looked like Sperling was trying to get over there to make the play, and he got shoved from behind in the process. But that looked like a pretty good kick by Sperling, but then nobody kind of went down and tried to field the football. Usually in those instances, Steve, you try and just let the ball bounce inside the 10 and the 5 and get the best field position possible. And when no one did, Braden Long for the Liberators, he was the return man. He said, well, nobody's going to be here. I'll just go up and grab it. Took it to the house, but it was an illegal block on the Liberators, so this one will come back. This camera person does not like to zoom in on the referees.
This camera person who shall be unnamed, is that?
Well, it's like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Just noticed you didn't use.
Wild, Wild Amy.
Maybe we need a code name that nobody knows.
Well, I don't want to get into the whole board game issue. We're talking about code names now with U2 and the band U2. 1st and 10 for the Liberators coming up after that penalty brings back the possession. They'll take over at their own 25. Banner fakes the handoff, looking to the outside, gets it over to his man. Krantz comes up, makes the play after a gain of about 7.
Yates on the reception there for Bolivar.
Picks up 7, but Krantz doing a good job. First contact and then bringing him down. Banner just looks like he's pretty cool and collected out there, you know. Not that the Osage players don't, but he does not look like stuff rattles him much.
Well, it seems like last year he threw 2, maybe 3 interceptions that were really game changers. You know, you get a year experience under your belt, you kind of become a better decision maker, and so far he kind of looks like the field general out here for sure.
This time he hands it off, going to the right side. Initial hit made at the line of scrimmage, and then managing to scramble past the first down marker for a first down was the Liberators. That initial hit, Steve, made by a guy you and I both like a lot, Zion Lewis out there, made the initial contact. He jumped out at times during the Jamboree last week, and you don't really get a chance to say that about a lot of players, but he is a guy that you and I talked about on the way home. We were both impressed by what he did. There he jumped in, made the initial hit. 1st and 10, wide receiver in motion, coming right to left. 4 wide receivers out for Banner. Takes the snap, looking to throw. Pump fakes, now rolls out to the right, has some room over there. Now cuts back in, and the tackle made by...
That's number 46, baby. That's number 46. The mystery
Why are
player,
you so excited
the
about
mystery
this?
player we saw at the Jamboree, whose number was not on the roster. You denied his existence. He's there again tonight, making the play, making the tackle, still not on the roster.
It's crazy. I thought he was doing cross country.
Could it be Michael Arnold? We don't.
It could be Steve Adams out there for all we know. Okay, we don't know. We thought we had people on it. We don't.
Well,
Second down and 9 after 46 makes the play. I guarantee you 46's family is listening. And he's like, say our name. Looking to throw here on 2nd and 9. Down the field, has a guy on the sideline. And they're going to say the catch is made. Pretty athletic play over there. That was Braden Long, who took the punt return to the house before it got called back. He had to go up and bring that one down and in, but does so for a first down. Gets down into Osage territory. Now wanting to move fast. 4 wide receivers out. Banner has him ready. Looks to the sideline for the play. 21 seconds left to go here in the first. Brought to you by First Bank of the Lake. Now Banner will call the play in. 13 seconds on the play clock. Takes the snap, hands it off. Up the middle. Breaking through the line of scrimmage into the second level. Still staying on his feet. And then coming down after a gain of about 7. That was
Hill.
Yeah, Hill once again. And that's going to do it for the first quarter here. As the Liberators get on the board on their first drive, 7-0. Now they are driving once again. We'll take a break. Come back with the start of the second quarter after this. You're listening to Cool 102.7 Sports.
Eagles Nest Motel and Lounge. Stay in one of their cottages starting at $140 a night. Relax in the heated pool. Have a wine slushie from the bar. Grab a wood-fired pizza and enjoy the cozy accommodations and the best view at a price you can afford. The best customer service awaits your escape at Eagles Nest Motel and Lounge. Enjoy the view for an evening or a weekend away. Make your reservations now at eaglesnestmo.com. Let's get back to the action of Osage Indians football. Here's the call of the game on your Indians hometown radio station, Cool 102.7.
Back here at the start of the second quarter at School of the Osage High School, the Indians taking on the Bolivar Liberators. And after one, Osage down 7-0, and Bolivar driving once again, looking good on the offensive side of the football. This Osage defense having a hard time shutting down and really even slowing down Chapel Banner, Steve.
Yeah, again, you know, part of the story we haven't told is their head coach, Robert Clardy. You know, he's coached at the college level, had some experience there. He played quarterback himself. So you've got a head coach probably just poured himself into this young man over the last few years, and he's definitely benefiting and just showing he knows his position well, and he is definitely the difference maker in this game.
2nd down and 5 coming up for the Liberators. 4 wide receivers out. Banner A little bit of a push up front. Now going to throw it down the field. Has a guy back behind the defense, but off the wide receiver's hands. That is Maddox Flauher, a freshman out there. And he was wide open, Steve, and just off the hands, incomplete. Got to be frustrating.
Just threw the ball just a little bit far. Banner kind of on the run. He was running out here our direction to the right and just had a guy wide open and just couldn't get it right to the place it needed to be. And Osage is kind of wiping their foreheads and saying, whoo, because that was another 6 on the board, ready to go.
Instead, it'll be 3rd down and 5 coming up for the Liberators here in Osage territory. Likely 2-down territory. We'll see what they can get here. This time they hand it off up the middle, rode forward, brought down shy of the 1st down marker, but picking up about 4 to make it once again 4th down and 1 coming up.
Hill just leaning forward, running downhill, and just gaining yards, just right up the gut of the Osage defense.
So 4th down and about 1 or 2. Now a flag thrown. We'll see what that's about. And it's encroachment on the Indians. That'll move it forward for a 1st down, and that is now the 3rd penalty on 4th down on both sides of the football for the school of the Osage Indians. And that cannot make the coaching staff happy. So now 1st and 10 from the 24 for the Liberators. 2 wide receivers out left for Banner. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Stutter and go, trying to go down the right side. They come right back to him for a touchdown. No, that is Dorian Gonzalez making the play over there this time. And he just had a start and go over there, Steve, and winds up beating his defender, getting into the end zone for a touchdown.
Well, in many ways it looked, at least the route was similar to a couple plays ago when they had the touchdown and let it go. And this time, hey, you're going to give me 2 chances. I'm going to make it happen. And all of a sudden here, the Liberators are showing, again, everything's keying off Banner, but Hill's carrying the ball and having success. And then you got Gonzalez there with a couple chances and finally brings it in for the touchdown. And so, my question mark going into this game was, how are we going to do defensively? How are we going to make some adjustments here? How are we going to step in and replace that senior leadership we lost from last year? And right now we're struggling a bit.
Extra point is good. We'll take a break, come back with the kickoff after this. You're listening to Cool 102.7 Sports.
This is America, where football means football.
As the bumps and bruises of football season and life build up on our bodies, wouldn't it be nice to soak away those issues in a brand new Bullfrog Spa from Pacific Pools? Enjoy stepping away from the rigors of life, the aches and pains of the past, and current injuries, arthritis, or stress of the workday. Get yourself into Pacific Pools and order your new Bullfrog Spa today. It only takes 21 days to construct and ship. And listen to the Lakers take the field, all while soaking in your new Bullfrog Spa.
This is America, where football means football.
There's only one place to hear Osage Indians football. Back to the game. On your Indians' hometown radio station, Cool 102.7.
11:02 left to go here in the second quarter. Brought to you by American Sun Control. Craig Allen alongside Steve Adams. Mike Forever Young back in the studio as the school of the Osage Indians find themselves down 14-0 to the Bolivar Liberators. About to get the ball back here. And they're going to have to get an answer here, Steve. I don't want to get too dramatic about it, but you can't keep giving the Liberators opportunities, and if they're going to take advantage of it like that.
Yeah, if you're a Bolivar fan, you couldn't have scripted a better start to this game in the first quarter. And if you're Osage, you think, man, that first quarter took forever.
Short kick up goes to Turnier, and he is brought down near the 40. And that is where the Indians will take over on this possession. So trying to kick it to the up man. Turnier fields it, and Osage will take over 1st and 10 at the 38.5-yard line. Steve, you're deleting plays, Steve.
I'm struggling on this new software here, and I did practice a little bit this week, but I'm just struggling a little bit.
This time, Sperling back in the shotgun, has 2 running backs next to him. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looking out to the right, gets it over to Butler. He's immediately hit and then brought down, picks up 5 to make it 2nd down and 5. So I don't think we're going to see, even down by 14 here in the second, I wouldn't look for Osage to panic and feel like they need to go through the air consistently. Right there, that's just a nice setup play, trying to get Colt Butler involved. We saw him try and pick up the first down on the first drive and did not get a chance to do so.
Yeah, it's definitely too early to change who you are here.
4 wide receivers out this time. Sperling's going to keep it, going left side. Now up the middle, pushing past the first down marker. And Sperling with the design keeper, getting a lead block from his running back there. And he'll pick up the Pacific Pools first down right at midfield. Will be 1st and 10 for the Indians.
There's nothing that has gone wrong here in this first quarter that can't be remedied here with just a successful drive to start the second quarter here. Let's just establish who we are. I think just get some rhythm offensively, get some success on the run.
Now this time, Turnier cuts back in, and then he is hit immediately and brought down. Hard hit on the inside there. Turnier trying to bounce it out. But Bolivar doing a good job. They have not missed many tackles tonight, Steve.
No, they have not. And we've been trying to kind of run either up the gut or on the edge, there. And just, again, in Turnier, he's a talented athlete, a talented ball carrier, and just not able to get the success here so far tonight.
3 wide receivers out to the left for Sperling on this one. Takes the snap, looking to get it out over there. They do so. That's Herring catching it in space. Now cuts back in, and then he's going to be hit by a bunch of Liberators before coming down. He's going to pick up, I think, 4 maybe to make it 3rd down and 5 here.
Ball spotted right on the 45 there of Bolivar.
But you can see what Osage is trying to do now. They're just trying to get the ball to their playmakers in space. That is now Butler, Sperling, Herring, and Turnier that have touched the ball on 4 consecutive plays. 3rd down and 5, though. This is a big one for Osage. 8:52 left to go here in the second. 3 wide receivers out to the right this time. Sperling takes the snap, going to roll out to the right. Flips it out to his man, going down to make the... No, it looks like he dropped it over there, so the pass is incomplete. Butler had to go down to try and bring that one in. And the contact was made right as the ball got there. Pass is incomplete.
And I can tell you that the Bolivar Liberator defense was reading that, and they were just a half a second off of just stepping right in front of that pass and going the other way. So we're almost, love for him to caught that ball and brought it to the ground, but really thankful it wasn't in the hands of a Liberator there.
Osage punt this one away on 4th down. Nope, now Sperling will come up, call it tight. And a timeout will be taken here. Timeout sponsor this season is Matt Shrimp at Berkshire Hathaway. Easy for you to say. Big 4th down coming up here, Steve, and that's the first time that we've seen Osage try and switch it up on the 4th down. They started out the punt formation, then brought it in tight, but 4th down has been an issue for the Indians here tonight. 3 penalties, 2 on offense, 1 on defense on 4th down. That has kind of stalled drives and extended drives for the Liberators.
Yeah, we've yet to have an extended, sustained drive here for sure tonight. In the 4th down situation, we've just kind of stalled out and had to either punt or turn over on downs. And so here we are. The last thing we want to do is give this ball back to them with 8 minutes, almost 9 minutes on the clock here.
Yeah, you gotta, if you have a play that can get you 5 yards, you gotta come out and execute it here. It wouldn't surprise me to see them come out and go right back into the punt formation too. I think Coach Jolly still has a lot of faith in this defense to make the stops and make the plays.
Yeah, defense is about making adjustments, right? And when you have a new squad on the field, you're going to have the upside is going to be significant, right? So the coaching staff, they're going to be working with these young men and just making the adjustments they need to make, and we'll see. We got a lot of game you have to play.
Now Sperling back to pass, flips it out to the sideline. The play is made. I believe that is Quinn Butler over there picking up the Pacific Pools first down.
Yellow on the field. That might be a little extended defense there, dragging him out of bounds. We'll see what the officials say.
I didn't see the flag come in late there.
Yeah, it did right over there on the far sideline, Osage's sideline, and they were, they were
personal foul, so that will go against the Liberators. Oh, okay. Everybody laughing it up here in this press box now. Mess up one time.
Hey, you know how to get your name called out on the air? Is laugh at the on-air talent.
Yeah, then show up in the background, and you'll get a nickname real quick. 1st and 10, 8:30 left to go. Osage just outside the red zone here. Sperling takes a snap, hands it off right side to Herring. He cuts back in, brought down just shy of the 20, picks up maybe 3 to make it 2nd down and 7 coming up. Nice job by Quinn Butler out there running that perfect route, and then Quinn Butler bringing it in. A beautiful pass by Sperling to the right spot. And Butler was a kid that he did some stuff on JV last year, if I'm remembering correctly.
He was definitely, and that would be true for both football and basketball. He's definitely a contributor. Wait a minute, not basketball. Nope, I'm wrong about that. Just football. I will correct myself, folks. No messages need to be sent.
Well, here they come. 4 wide receivers out, man in motion right to left. And Sperling's going to keep this one, and he's going to be a runner here running over a guy, and inside the 5-yard line, a Pacific Pools first down into the red zone.
Hey, that might be the toughest run we've seen all night from Osage, just putting his head down and steamrolling over the Liberators all the way here on the 4-yard line.
Yeah, that was a great job.
Hey, and this is the kind of drive, you get 4th down and 5, you find a way to convert, again, on the arm of Blaine Sperling and now on the legs of Blaine Sperling here. This is the kind of drive that can change a game here.
Chris Wagner, Farmers Insurance, red zone. Sperling hands it off. This one goes to Turnier, and he's going to cross the plane into the end zone. Touchdown, School of the Osage, Gage Turnier.
Hey, and that's Osage football right there, right up the gut. 2 of our most talented football players and athletes on the field there, just kind of putting it on their shoulders and making it happen. And again, I don't know, maybe that personal foul there, that pass caught by Quinn Butler, and then the personal foul kind of got us pumped up a little bit, and we just came out and just took it right to him.
Yeah, great set of plays there. I have liked what I've seen tonight from the design runs by Sperling. He had the big run here, and then a mess up on the extra point. And that is a freshman, Jackson Bailey, out there, the kicker. We talked about that up here in the booth, and Bailey doesn't get a chance to kick that one. And he looked a little lost. I don't think they run the bad snap play in practice.
They got to practice that one more.
He got it figured out though. So, all right, Osage gets on the board, 14-6. Take a break, come back with the kickoff after this. You're listening to Cool 102.7 Sports.
Whether it's a car accident, storm damage, or a fire, when the unthinkable happens, it doesn't matter if you've saved money in 15 minutes. In this moment, it doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance you do. In this moment, what matters is that your independent agent and the company that stands behind them have you covered. Mills & Sons Insurance and Auto Owners Insurance. The no-problem people. At 2701 Bagnell Dam Boulevard. Call us at 365-2002 or visit our website at millsinsurance.com. We're on your side because life happens.
This is America, where football means football.
There's only one place to hear Osage Indians football. Back to the game on your Indians hometown radio station, Cool 102.7.
Osage drives down the field, gets a big 4th down conversion plus a penalty on top of it, and then punches it into the end zone. Gage Turnier scoring the first touchdown for the Indians this year. Missed extra point, makes it 14-6, as this is Jaden Larafuente set to kick it away for School of the Osage now. It is a squib kick down the middle as the Indians try and track it down. Bolivar jumps on it and covers it, and they'll take over 1st and 10 in their own territory.
Ball right about the 36-yard line there. Fielding that ball, easy set, Dorian Gonzalez.
7-11 left to go on the clock here. And, hey, check out your local 7-Eleven for Slurpees. But no, it's not around
Slurpees.
Here. Slurpee specials.
Did they have the big gulp? Is that what?
That sounds right.
That sounds right.
There's not a 7-Eleven anywhere close to here.
What is up with that? On the coast, it's a big deal. Like out west, 7-Elevens everywhere.
4 wide receivers out for Banner. He'll take the snap, hands this one off, up the middle, hit at the line of scrimmage. That's Preston Glenn coming up and making the initial hit.
Is that Hill on the ground coming up with the carry? And who was that?
Gain of about 1 there. Maybe 2. Clock running, under 7 minutes left to go here in the second. Brought to you by American Sun Control.
Dakota Spiegel, I think, who was carrying the ball there. for the Liberators. Sophomore getting some action.
3 wide receivers out to the left now. Man in motion, left to right. Now 2 on each side. Banner takes a snap. Here comes the blitz. Looking out to the left side. Ball in the air.
Woo!
And I don't think that Skylar Gilmore knew about it, or he might have been able to come up with one there, but just off the hands of Dorian Gonzalez. And we saw that on the last possession as well, and they came right back to him. But now a big 3rd down and 8 for the Liberators on this drive.
Gilmore laying the wood right there, and that ball, just straight up in the air. And I don't think the receiver even knew. He had a chance to come down with it. He just didn't know, just a little bit behind his head.
That was at least 70, 80 feet in the air. I'm really bad at distances. Man in motion, right to left now. 3 wide receivers out left for Banner. Takes a snap. Here comes the blitz. Trying to set up the screen. They do so. Now they got some guys down the field. And now breaking through into the secondary. Trying to get into the end zone before being brought down inside the 5. But Bolivar saw the blitz coming. They set up the screen, and it works perfectly.
Gilmore saving the day there. Hill from Bolivar just had all green in front of him, or the only people blocking his view were his blockers, right? So we had to chase him from behind. Perfect timing for that play.
Now inside the 5, they take the snap, hand it off up the middle. Hit made at the line of scrimmage, brought down, maybe a gain of 1. Going to be 2nd down and goal for the Liberators. 6 minutes left to go here in the 2nd quarter.
Hill on the carry there. Well, we need to keep him from crossing the goal line here. Again, momentum shifting a little bit with our touchdown score in our drive, but if we just let him take it right back in the house here, that is not the script we're trying to write for this evening.
2nd and goal from the 3 for the Liberators. Banner getting the play set up. A little bit of confusion out there. 2 wide receivers out to the right on the short side of the field. Got 1 running back next to him. That is Dakota Spiegel. And Spiegel's going to take the snap, find a hole on the right side, and the initial hit was made, and I think he might have actually been knocked into the end zone. But the players down there just trying to make a play.
Takes a pretty hard hit. I think that was Cooper Glover there, just right at the goal line, and he just kind of spins off the contact and falls in the end zone for the score.
That'll make it 20-6, extra point pending. And that screen pass. That was a great time to call that there.
Yeah, great call and well executed. It's definitely, football is one of those games that coaching is a big part of it, and we got to give the coaching staff for Bolivar credit for calling that right play at the right time.
Extra point is good. 21-6 on the scoreboard. 5:21 left to go in the second. We'll take a break, come back with the kickoff after this. You're listening to Cool 102.7 Sports.
The crowd's going to be big. The band's going to be loud, and you're going to want to be ready before each game. Before the fun begins, swing by Eagle Stop for fresh coffee, ice-cold drinks, delicious snacks, and fuel for the road. Plus, every visit means more chances to reward yourself with Eagle Stop Rewards. This season, we're proud to cheer on the athletes and fans who make these nights so special. Eagle Stop. Fuel the fun, fuel the team, and reward yourself. This is Osage Indians Football. Here's the call of the game on your Indians' hometown radio station, Cool 102.7.
Back here at School of the Osage High School, a drive down the field, a big 3rd down conversion by the Liberators. They punch it into the end zone after 2 plays after that, It is now 21-6 after the extra point. 5:21 left to go here in the 2nd quarter. Bolivar set to kick it away to the Indians.
Yeah, you talk about a program wanting to kind of change their trajectory, and this is a great start of the season so far for them. It is a lot of football left to be played here, but it's looking good for the Liberators so far.
Trying to do a little squib onside kick. That ball fielded by the Indians. That's Mason Brown, the sophomore, coming up with it.
Got to call his name quite a bit last Friday night at the Jamboree, maybe more times at least than what we thought we would.
He'll bring it up to the 40, where the Indians will take over 1st and 10 on this drive. Osage driving down the field, put it in the end zone on their last possession. Gage Turnier getting into the end zone, but a big 4th down conversion. Sperling to Quim Butler picked up enough yardage, and then a personal foul penalty over on the sideline set the Indians up for the touchdown. They'll have to try and answer once again here. Sperling back in the pistol. He's got 2 running backs around him. Now man in motion is Colt Butler. They fake the pitch to him, give it to Tournier on the right side. He's hit at the line of scrimmage, going to be pushed back. But forward progress will give him a gain of 1.
On the right side there, just on the edge of the offensive line, and the Liberators are holding stiff.
Of course, Osage only returning 1 offensive line starter from last year, that being Charlie Crocker.
That's right there on his side.
A whole new look on the offensive front for School of the Osage, trying to get that push up front. 3 wide receivers out to the right, 1 lone out on the left for Sperling. He'll take the snap, looking to throw quickly. Now gives it up to a slot receiver. That's Preston Glenn, off his hands, incomplete.
Oh, they want that to work so bad. We saw that a few times last week. It's Smith Cotton there. Want to get that tight end, Preston Glenn, involved. You know, we saw his presence last year defensively. We're wanting to see his impact here offensively. They're wanting to make it happen. Just hasn't translated into success yet. 3rd down and 9 here. Another long 3rd down here for the Indians.
Yeah, going to be tough to convert. Need 9 yards for a Pacific Pools first down. 3 wide receivers out to the right. Sperling will probably roll out that way. Takes the snap, does just that, trying to come back to the left. They do so, and the hit is made. Tournier hit right as the ball gets to him, trying to set up that screen, coming back to the left. They roll Sperling out to the right, and that play was read by the Bolivar defense, making the hit right as the ball got to him. Pass incomplete, 4th down coming up.
The tale of 2 screens there, right? One by the Liberators, chewing up a big chunk of yardage and real estate and setting themselves up for the touchdown, and this one just not going anywhere. Liberators able to get the stop here. 4th down and long. Blaine Sperling set up for the punt.
And he gets that one away, and it is quite the kick. Going to drive the returner back. And now making the return, goes over on the sideline. Another flag down. This one's probably going to be taken back to the house, but once again, a flag. Probably going to bring this one back.
Was the other one on a punt return as well?
Yeah.
That we saw? Okay. Great kick by Sperling.
Yeah.
He booted that ball well, and then he found himself in the position of having to be the one to make the tackle and just couldn't quite get it done after everybody else missed their opportunity.
Haven't seen the call yet.
You can just look. You're reading the body language on Bolivar's side of the ball, and you know exactly what's going on here. They're bringing that ball back, and they're just, and sometimes on those plays, you get the flag thrown on a block that doesn't necessarily even impact the play.
And I think that's
really
kind of what happened there. You look at where the flag is thrown, it's over on the left side of the field, and the play came back to the right. So you're right. Whatever the play was over there, or the flag was over there, likely did not impact it being taken back to the house. However, a penalty is a penalty.
Bolivar will take over here at the 30-yard line, their own 30. 4:09 left in this second quarter.
Yeah, this Osage defense going to have to try and find a way to stop this Bolivar offense. They have scored on every possession so far to make it 21-6. As we wind down towards halftime.
I'm excited. We got a show.
We'll see.
We got a show.
New halftime game this year with you. Got to find a way to fill 20 minutes.
I'll answer slowly.
I have no doubt.
Hurtful.
4 wide receivers out for Banner. He takes the snap, looking out to the right. Now going to roll out that way. Here comes some pressure, floats it over for his man underneath. And that's a pickup of 5 after the catch by Cooper, who caught the first touchdown tonight.
Butler there on the tackle here, driving him to the ground. Liberators know how to spread the field a little bit here.
Hey, good job up front by them, giving Banner that time. I think good job by the Osage secondary, not giving him anything down the field. Now 2nd down and 4 wide receivers out. Clock running, coming up on 3.5 minutes left to go here in the second. Banner moving guys around pre-snap here. 10 seconds to go on the play clock. He'll take the snap, looks to throw, gets it out quickly to his guy. Over on the sideline, knocked out of bounds. That's Gonzalez picking up the first down.
Gonzalez has already got a touchdown in his stats here tonight.
And, Steve, that's just a case of Gonzalez has beaten the defender down the field a few times, and just in an attempt to not let him get behind the defense, he's able to just pick up that quick pass in space for the quick catch. Three wide receivers out to the left now. 5 out for Banner. Making a hot call there to his receiver. Takes a snap, looks to throw quickly, and had him down the seam. And that was Hunter Kozlowski.
Looked like maybe it was just a little early, a little soon for Kozlowski to, he just wasn't quite ready for it, had to kind of reach behind him. He was already still on his route going downfield.
That'll stop the clock, though. 3:17 left to go. 2nd down and 10 on this drive. Bolivar at their own 42. First down will get them past midfield. Handoff goes up the middle, all kinds of space. Into the second level, few missed tackles. And then being brought down from behind, that is Christian Herring making the play, but not after enough for a first down for the Liberators. They're past midfield now.
Owen Krantz gets in the action there a little bit, but again, those are not the guys you want to be making tackles. They're making tackles downfield here. You want your linebackers here involved in that, and there were some big gaps there for Hill, getting right by them.
Yeah, he had a lot of room out there in open space and just able to kind of get to his spot. 2:47 left to go here. 1st and 10 from the Osage 41. 4 wide receivers out for Banner. Moving his running back around now. He'll take the... I thought he was going to take the snap. Now he will. Play action. Rolls out to the right. Now back to the left. Here's some pressure from the Indians. Initial hit made. Can't bring Banner down. And then he skitters down the sidelines out of bounds for a gain of about 4. And Steve, man...
You had 3 Osage defenders there with Banner almost in their grasp, and he finds a way to escape here. Brody Price drives him out of bounds on the sideline, but you're talking about having a loss to now, what, a 4-yard gain.
21-6 on the scoreboard, 2:25 on the clock. Clock stopped after Banner ran out of bounds. 2nd down and 7. Takes the snap, going to hand it off, going to the right side. Good initial hit made, and then secondary tackle, bringing him down for a loss. Who was that with the initial hit?
Brody Price there with the initial contact. Didn't bring him down, but slowed him enough to get some help. And there we go, taking him back by maybe a yard. 3rd down and long, probably 7 here for the Liberators with about 2 minutes left in this second quarter.
Four wide receivers out. Banner gets the play from the sideline. This Osage defense going to have to make a stop here on 3rd down.
Grady Haig on the field here. You kept calling him Brady last week, I remember.
Classic me. Setting up the screen once again. And once again, Steve, that is the 3rd time in this half that the ball has gone off of Dorian Gonzalez's hands.
You know, and isn't that an issue? I feel like I've never been receiver, but so I'm just kind of.
You have not.
You're turning upfield before you have the ball in your hand. You're thinking of what's happening next before you bring that ball in. I think we saw that from our tight end Preston Glenn. You're so excited about getting upfield that you're not got to secure the ball before you make that.
I
move.
assure you that was a problem I never had. I never got upfield. Ever.
Did you say you never got on field?
I never. Okay, you hear what you want to hear. 4th down and 8. Banner trying to draw the Indians off sides here. And a timeout taken. Timeout brought to you by Matt Shrimp at Berkshire Hathaway. We'll see what Bolivar wants to do here with 1:40 left to go. We are dangerously close to halftime, which means we are dangerously close to debuting our new halftime segment game show this year. Going to play a little Addams Family Feud as Steve is going to take on some prominent figures in the Osage community. Not this week, obviously. But other weeks you'll take on prominent figures in the Osage community.
I don't know who this figure you're highlighting this week is. So.
Oh, it's Courtney Steen.
True story?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, she's just our guinea pig, so she always has to.
Hey, she's a lot of fun.
She's something else.
I feel like, anytime you ask her for a favor, she owes you.
Oh, yeah.
Because of Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, I feel
right?
we could really cash in anything we want. I should probably do it on like a dinner or something. And instead, I'm doing it for these silly contests with you.
Courtney
Lesson
Steen.
learned. A timeout brought to you by Matt Shrimp at Berkshire Hathaway. 1:40 left to go here. 4th down and 8. Let's see what Bolivar does. 5 wide receivers out for the Liberators. But Banner could easily take off if there's space in the middle of the field. He'll take the snap, bringing some pressure up the middle, firing it over the middle. And what a catch made. Wow. Waylon Cooper, the sophomore, a one-handed catch. That ball thrown over his head. He had to leave his feet to bring it down. And a super athletic play made by Bolivar extends the drive.
Colt Butler right there. I think he may be the most surprised of everybody that he brought that ball down. He kind of laid a little hit on him thinking that maybe he's going to knock that loose. I think it almost helped him secure the ball a little bit. He brings it right down. Love to see a replay of that.
Inside the 20 now, the Liberators with the football. 4 wide receivers out as they try and extend their lead. Takes the snap, hands it up. No. Play action going out to the left side, getting a block over on the sideline. There is a flag. That one's going to come back. I think it might be a hold out there on the wide receiver.
Braden Long there catching that ball and taking it to the house for the Liberators. But as you said, yellow on the field.
And if so, that would be the 3rd touchdown for Braden Long called back tonight.
Well, I tell you, that's the only thing that they're going to be talking about at halftime if you're a Liberator, right? Penalties, costly penalties. Everything else has gone pretty well for them tonight.
See what the call is here. Steve this summer took a football referees course, so he is going to be our translator on whatever eventual call is made. You know what?
I feel like
they might not even make a call.
Just a little disclaimer. This is like the fine print at the end of those pharmacy drug commercials. Not everything that Craig Allen says on air is true.
That's not true. No, what a conundrum we've put ourselves in now. So that'll bring him back. 1st down and 15. We're about 16 for the Liberators here. Outside of the red zone now. Takes the snap, looks to throw, steps up in the pocket.
Field wide open for him.
Krantz makes the initial hit, can't knock Banner off his feet. But he gets out of bounds after a big gain.
Krantz making some good contact with his body, but not able to wrap him up and bring him down here. And again, just like the pressure just kind of goes almost right by or coming at Banner, he just steps right through it. He's got the whole middle of the field open. Takes advantage. 55 seconds left here in this half. 2nd down, and we'll say 6 with the ball at about the 12-yard line.
Man in motion, left to right. Banner looks to throw. Here comes some pressure up the middle now. Splits some defenders. Splits a tackle and into the end zone. Chapel Banner. And
the defenders were there. He just parts the Red Sea, as you say Noah did, and right into the end zone.
I feel like this is something that is going to be a topic of conversation for us at halftime for sure. So many missed tackles for the Indians. Those first guys making contact. If the Indian defense would manage to make the tackle on first contact, this would be a completely different game.
And you got to give Banner some credit. He's an athlete, right? He it's just what good athletes do to defenses. And we knew that the defense coming in tonight would be a question mark. There's just so many holes to replace, and it's going to take some experience. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some adjustments. But, tackling, that's just one of those fundamental things that, hey, we can address that. We can make some adjustments there.
And Banner makes the big play, makes it 28-6. We'll take a break. Bolivar will kick off to Osage when we come back. You're listening to Cool 102.7 Sports.
Hi, I'm Eric Gentry, and I'm proud to announce that I've purchased the dealership where my career began 30 years ago. Hewlett Chevrolet Buick GMC is now Gentry Chevrolet Buick GMC. What changes will you see? More inventory, better selection, and lower prices. My goal is simple: bring more choices, better value, and a great customer experience. The name may be new, but my commitment to serving this community has never been stronger. Gentry Chevrolet Buick GMC in Camdenton. More inventory, lower prices, same great location.
Let's get back to the action of Osage Indians football. Here's the call of the game on your Indians hometown radio station, Cool 102.7.
Another touchdown for the Liberators makes it 28-6 with 45 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. Bolivar set to receive the kickoff at the start of the third quarter as well. Ooh. They'll kick it away here, and there's another squib kick up the middle.
That's Brown there coming up.
Another return by Mason Brown.
Putting the ball about the 41-yard line with about 42 seconds left on the clock.
Another 1st and 10 coming up for the Indians, starting right around the 41, 42-yard line there.
You know, I guess maybe the Liberators, I'm not sure their strategy there, just trying to kick it away from, Colt Butler or whoever we got back here. They're just showing some respect for, and with the time as well. It's okay to give us a decent field position when we're limited on the clock here.
Sperling takes the snap, looking down the field, now just gets out of bounds.
Loses
after
yards.
A big loss, yeah.
Putting the ball, it was at about the 41, 42. We're going to put it about the 36, 37 now. Right on the 37, it looks like.
And then we'll stop the clock, too. 2nd down and 15 coming up. That's just a situation where, you can get rid of the ball down the field. Don't want to take a loss there, making things a little more difficult for the offense.
Well, now you're in a position here at your end of the end zone. Hey, let's just into the field. Hey, let's not give them an easy score here. Let's just make good decisions.
Sperling will roll out now. He'll step up in the pocket. Now he'll cross the line of scrimmage. He'll be brought down. And Bolivar will take a timeout.
And this is what it looks like when you're defending Osage and they're going to throw the ball. They're just coming at Sperling fast and furious, and he's just having to fight for his life. Second time in a row we've attempted to pass the ball, and he can't even get it downfield. 26.3 seconds left here. 28-6 in favor of the Bolivar Liberators.
Yeah, and Bolivar calling timeouts. They want to try and get the ball back and extend this lead before halftime if they can.
And as you mentioned, they get the ball back coming out of half. So, a lot of things falling in favor here for the Liberators.
I did get confirmation on who number 46 is from a wise listener.
And that was?
Not going to tell you. The listener or number 46?
46.
Not going to tell you.
Okay. Well, I feel a little validated.
It says Michael Arnold. Oh, Steve took off his headset to celebrate his correct guess.
Well,
of
again,
Michael Arnold.
you denied the young man's even existence last week.
He's like Bigfoot to me. Not on the program, doesn't exist. See him out in the wild, it's just a blurry speck out there, Steve. Can barely read the number.
You've heard Stephen Wright's, was it Stephen Wright?
I believe so.
His theory about Bigfoot.
He's just a blurry guy.
He's just a blurry guy. It's not the photographer's fault. He's just blurry.
3 wide receivers out to the right. Now Sperling trying to go up and around and kind of put one out there for his wide receiver. A lot of contact made, a little overthrown. I think that might have been Colt Butler. Yeah, Colt Butler taking the hit over there. It's a well-drawn-up play, Steve. They fake the screen, and you don't see this done a lot, but they fake the screen over out to the sideline, and then Butler just streaks down the sideline, and he actually did have him in space over there, but by the time the ball got there, a little high, and then the contact made. Butler not able to come down with it, sets up 4th down.
Yeah, the timing of that play is so crucial. You wait too long, and you put your receiver in a place just to get hurt, and that's kind of what happened. Ball came out a little late and a little long, and Butler, he's feeling it. Sperling might have to apologize for that one.
Quick kick away, and punt coverage not been great tonight. Sperling, though, a great job kicking that one out of bounds.
Putting the ball all the way down out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. We got 14 seconds left on the clock here, so we'll see how aggressive Bolivar wants to be with that little time. Again, they're getting the ball coming out of the half, so there's really not a lot of incentive for them to take a big risk.
And yet,
we'll see what they do.
Why not?
I mean, I don't know. If I'm coaching the team, I'm going to be, hey, no sense in being silly here. We're going to get the ball. We've got all the momentum here. There's no sense in and giving Osage a chance to try to go into half excited about something. But
yeah, it looks like they're going to bring it in tight here and kind of just kneel on it. "14 seconds left to go here in the half. And then we'll take the snap and kneel on it. And that will be the final play of the first half. 28-6 going to be the score here at halftime. Bolivar will have the football coming out of the second half. Come back for a breakdown of the first half of action. Some local Missouri sports breakdown and our new halftime segment, Adams Family Feud, coming up here at the Hy-Vee Halftime Show. You're listening to Cool 102.7 Sports.
All right, team, listen up. This season, the Motor Hut is teaming up with Laker and Indians Football to mow down the competition. They've got Steele, Gravely, Grasshopper, and Husqvarna. Top draft picks for the home or business. They bring the muscle, and the Motor Hut brings the unbeatable service and know-how. And when the season changes, leaves fall, snow blows, the Motor Hut's got the gear to keep you in the game. So let's go. Hut to the Motor Hut.
Where there's smoke, there's barbecue. Hi, I'm Greg Dierberg. You heard that right. No liquid smoke flavor at Dierberg's. It's all smoked fresh with apple and cherry wood at each one of our stores. From brisket and wings to my personal favorite, smoked salmon. If you can smoke it, Bob's Barbecue has it. It's time to rethink your BBQ and try something truly extraordinary. Stop by and see what's smoking today. It's fresh, it's friendly, and for slow smoke barbecue, it's Dierberg's.
Big hits belong on the field, not your car. When life throws you a hard tackle, High Tech Collision and Auto Body is your MVP for complete collision repair. You've seen the big yellow trucks. Now remember, they fix your vehicles too. Fast, friendly, and hassle-free. Experience the high-tech difference in person, online, or call 348-9070. Proud supporters of the Lake community, Camdenton Lakers and Osage Indians. Go Lakers. Go Indians. Go High Tech.
All aboard! Rock Island Insurance.
The pro team for your insurance needs. At Rock Island, they keep you on track with coverage you can afford for home, vehicle, property, casualty, and life. Juke the big hits. And let Rock Island Insurance block the way when it comes to your insurance needs. A proud supporter of our Osage Indians. Look them up online and Facebook. Rock Island Insurance. Keeping you on track.
What do you dream of? Scoring front row tickets? Season tickets? Ooh, how about tickets to Italy? Go for it! Because for whatever you want to buy, Central Bank is here with money management tools, credit card rewards, and other financial solutions you didn't know were possible to help you dream bigger, bank better. Open a Central Bank checking account and get our money manager to track your finances and get insight into spending patterns that help you buy smarter. CentralBank.net. Equal housing lender.
You talk about the playmaker.
First touchdown of the game!
This is Osage Indians Football on KQUL Lake Ozark. It's the Hy-Vee Halftime Show on your Indians' hometown radio station, Cool 102.7.
Back here at School of the Osage High School, it is the Hy-Vee Halftime Show as the School of the Osage Indians take on the Bolivar Liberators. Osage down 28-6 at halftime, and the Bolivar offense has kind of gotten whatever they've wanted, Steve, as they've been able to punch it into the end zone 4 times on 4 possessions as Osage looks to try and slow down this Bolivar offense.
Yeah, and that was my concern coming into tonight. I thought we would have success offensively, and that's another conversation we can talk about here in just a moment. But I was just concerned about, even with a Hunter Schreiman on the field tonight, I was concerned about the holes that we needed to fill. And then when you take his leadership off the field, in terms of the defensive backs, it's his absence has been glaring, I feel like. We've seen just kind of some breakdowns here on trying just to coverage. And I think if he's out there, I think he and Butler work together to kind of remedy some of that. But again, that's just part of the story. The biggest part of the story maybe is Banner just being able to manage the game and take what is coming to him. And sometimes that's just defenders running by him, and he just splits them and goes right up the middle of the field. That is where their success started tonight on that first drive, and that's what's opened up the success that their running back Hill has had, and the receiver Gonzalez, and who was their other receiver here? It's
Cooper,
Braden Long. So just everything is clicking here, and I think the only thing that has kept the Liberators from scoring tonight when they've touched the ball is just the clock there at the end of the half when they decided, okay, we're just going to take that 14 seconds and pocket it. But everything, if you are writing the script for Bolivar, it's looking pretty good so far.
Yeah, and the Osage offense only has 6 points on the board right now, but there have been flashes of stuff tonight. I think the pieces are there. It just feels like a couple conversions were just maybe, mere inches of a throw away from completing the conversion. We saw a big 4th down conversion, and then Osage able to put it in the end zone. The offense hasn't really moved far away from what we saw last year. It's kind of what it was last year mixed in with some Sperling design runs. And I think if we can get Herring and Turnier established, I think, maybe not tonight because this Bolivar defense has looked good. I think, as this season rolls along, I think this offense will really come into its own and start to do well. You just want to see some more consistency. It feels like it'll be good for a few plays, and then it just kind of grinds to a halt. And it just feels like all of a sudden you go from picking up 4 to 5 to 6 yards of play, and all of a sudden it's 3rd down and 9 once you're not able to do that a couple of times. And it puts the Osage offense in a difficult position. It feels like 3rd and long has been consistent for the Indians tonight.
Yeah, defensively, Bolivar had to stop the run. And mostly they have, right? And then defensively for Osage, we had to stop Banner, and mostly we haven't. And that is the difference in the game at 28-6. And so you've got a team of Liberators here, and the only thing they're talking about at halftime is penalties and missed opportunities. And then you've got a locker room for Osage. They're talking about missed tackles.
Mm-hmm.
They're making adjustments on defense.
That has to be the number one thing on the board right now as far as talking points for the Indians. Not to cut you off there, but the missed tackles have been the biggest glaring thing for me tonight on the defensive side. It feels like I said in the second quarter there, if the person who made first contact for the Indian defense would make the tackle, this would be not just a different game, a vastly different game, because Bolivar has done a good job of fighting through contact, picking up those extra yards, and at times putting the ball in the end zone after first contact. So these Osage players, they've had Banner a few times. It would look like they were going to get a sack. Mm-hmm. And then Banner was just able to elude the tackle, not able to go down and just, extend the play. This Osage defense has to wrap up, has to take down the ball carrier.
And that's something you can fix. That's the upside of that. We can fix that. And it's the reality of, hey, you're not playing against your scout team anymore, right? You've got a talented squad on the other side of the ball, and you got to play sharper. And you're not just going to be able to knock them down with a little bit of contact. You got to wrap them up and bring them to the ground. And these are all things that the coaching staff is talking about. You got to be optimistic that you can fix that. And so now you're just hoping you can come out and just play a quality half of football here. And I don't know, I've never been the coach in the locker room at this kind of situation here. Do you talk about winning the game at this point, or you just talk about what you can control? Hey, these are things that we got to be able to do to play good football. And if we play good football, then we can talk about getting back in the game.
Osage down 28-6 here at the Hy-Vee halftime show. We'll take a break. When we come back, we are going to dip into the new halftime segment game for this season, the Addams Family Feud. I'll explain it, and then we'll get right into it. Osage down at halftime, 28-6 to Bolivar. You're listening to Cool 102.7 Sports.
It's football season, and your team to tackle all your fall boating and winterization needs is Kellysport. Kellysport backs our Camdenton Lakers, Osage Indians, and Mizzou Tigers. Your trusted dealer for Regal, Bennington, Tiara, Grady White, and Ski Naughty. Kellysport handles new and pre-owned inventory, offers financing, storage, insurance, and the best care since 1977. Walk into the end zone with ease when Kellysport leads the way. Look them up online or come in for the best customer service at the lake.
We are Farmers Insurance, and your local agent and super plunger Chris Wagner is a proud supporter of your Osage Indians. Chris can draw up the play that'll bring security to all your insurance needs. Ask us about our complete line of insurance products: auto, home, life, commercial, business, and recreational products, all in Lake of the Ozarks, Missouri. Call Chris today, look up online, or stop by our convenient location by Woods in Lake Ozark.
You have farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Get your hot deals at Hy-Vee in Osage Beach. This weekend, grab over 100 items for just 99 cents. Tenderized chops, Chicken griller patties, Armor lunch makers, all just 99 cents. Mars candy bars, dual shredded lettuce, Hy-Vee dip, biscuits, pressed potatoes, green peppers. Yeah, just 99 cents. Only this Friday through Sunday, and only at Hy-Vee in Osage Beach.
Shop Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every eye.
Survey said somebody is going to look like a genius, or that person's going to blame the survey. Let's kick off the Addams Family Feud. Stop! No, that's the wrong music. Let's kick off the Addams Family Feud.
All right, here we go. It is time for Addams Family Feud back here at the Hy-Vee Halftime Show. And Steve, we're going to start out with Courtney Steen. I had a chance to talk with Courtney and get her answers to the category. I'm not going to give you the category yet because otherwise you'll just be able to think about it while she's doing it. But let's go ahead and listen to Courtney Steen and let's see how she does in the Addams Family Feud.
We are here for the first contest of Addams Family Feud. It's only right that our first contestant is Miss Courtney Steen, who has been a willing participant in each contest that we've had. I think Courtney just likes beating Steve at this point. Would you say that's true, Miss Steen?
I love beating anyone, but I really enjoyed beating Steve last year. So
What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a category, and I want you to give me 6 of the top 10 in this category. You can miss 3. Once you miss 3, or once you miss your 4th one, yeah, you're done. You're done. And all you have to do is get 6. Now, if you and Steve both get 6, whoever got number 1 quicker is going to be the winner, okay?
Okay.
I want you to give me 6 of the top 10 highest grossing movies of the 1990s.
I'm going to say, this is hard for me. Movies are hard for me.
Okay.
Star Wars.
I'll allow it. But yeah, episode 1 was number 2 on the list. So Star Wars, The Phantom Menace.
In the 1990s, Jurassic Park had to have come out.
That is correct. Jurassic Park is number 3 on the list.
Okay. Okay. The meteor, Armageddon.
Armageddon was number 10 on the list. So you just snuck that one in at number 10. So that's 3. You need 3 more.
Okay. I was in college. Super huge crush on Leonardo DiCaprio. Titanic.
There it is. The number 1 movie of the 1990s. You named it 4th.
We can go with, okay, I'm just trying to channel like I'm in high school. I'm in high school. Men in Black.
Yes, that's number 9 on the list, Men in Black. So you've got 9 and 10. That is 5 out of the 6 that you need. Can you give me 1 more without missing any?
Okay, I know there has to be some animation in there. Little Mermaid?
No, I'm sorry. That was your first incorrect one. Little Mermaid is not on there.
Okay.
Good guess, though.
I still believe there's an animation one in there. I know there has to be an animation. Aladdin?
No, Aladdin was not in there.
Lion King?
Lion King is your 6th one. That is number 4 on the list. So you gave me number 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, and 10. I will channel my Steve Harvey the best I can. But Courtney, you were a wonderful, wonderful contestant. I wish you the best of luck. And if you win, you get a cool Addams Family Feud winner t-shirt. Sizes may vary. All right, Courtney, but do you think Steve will beat you?
I think Steve is a worthy opponent.
I don't think he'll win either. All right, Courtney, let's see if he can do it. It's Courtney Steen versus Steve Addams.
All right, there you go, Steve. You got to hear it for yourself, right?
I did not hear anything.
That's right. It was just silence on our end. You still don't know anything. I will tell you that you are going to have to get 6 of the top 10 in this category. I will tell you that Courtney did get 6 of the top 10, but she also missed 2. If you miss 3, you're done, Steve.
Dunzo.
So it's just a matter of now can you get it quicker than Courtney did. And what it is it is name 6 of the top 10 grossing movies from the 1990s. So we're talking about box office gross, the movies that made the most money in the 1990s.
I might have better luck if I could just name any movie from the 90s.
Oh, you know these movies.
I know these movies.
I will guarantee that you have seen all of these movies.
Okay. So was Titanic in the 90s?
Titanic was the number 1 movie
Woo, I win.
Well, so apparently
I win,
somebody
right?
up here is cheering for you. It's not me, but someone up here. All right, so you got 1 down, 5 to go.
Okay. I feel like the Avatar would be later than the 90s. I don't feel like that would be in the 90s.
Okay, so you're telling me what you're not guessing now.
Oh, but I'm just going to guess it because as soon as I get, even if I lose, it's over. So I'm okay with that. Avatar.
That is incorrect.
Okay, so that was too new.
Think about like actors that would have been big in the 90s.
I think Tom Hanks probably had to have some big movies in the 90s, maybe. Let's say, what was the movie that we saw? Oh, this is just not for me.
You're a movie guy.
Okay, so
I
what
did
was
this
the movie?
for you.
So there was.
You explain the movie to me, and I'll allow it.
Well, it was the World War II movie with Saving Private Ryan. That's the one I'm thinking of.
It was not in there. No.
Okay.
It was not a top 10 grossing movie of the 90s. So you're really going to have to make a run at it now.
Okay, let's go.
You were not. There is a Tom Hanks movie in there.
Okay, that's awesome. Let's go. Was that Forrest Gump? Was that in the 90s?
Yes, Forrest Gump was number 6.
Okay.
All right, 2 down. You got a chance. You can still win because you got the number 1 movie before she did. That's the tiebreaker.
Okay. Was there a Toy Story in the 90s that would have made a lot of money?
Not in the top 10. I'm not going to allow it as a guess. Actually, can you believe that Toy Story 2 made way more money than Toy Story 1?
Oh, yeah, that's what usually happens with the sequels. Okay.
Who was another big actor in the 90s?
Is that a different category?
He did some rapping at times. His mom made him move from Philly to West L.A.
Okay, so you were talking Will Smith. And so how about Hitch? Was Hitch in the 90s?
Good Lord, you're done. Why is Hitch your Will Smith guess?
It was a great movie.
I think you guessed wrong on purpose. You're so terrible.
What? Just say it. Don't do that. Just say it.
Yeah.
Independence Day. Okay.
Yes,
I like that movie. That movie's on my birthday. What else was on the list?
Men in Black.
Okay. He had 2 of them on there?
Yeah. Star Wars Episode 1 was number 2.
Okay.
Jurassic Park. And then Jurassic Park 2 was also on there.
Oh, wow. That's impressive. Hey, based on this first week, I don't think this is going to work very well.
Well, I guess I have to find categories that work for you, so maybe I'll do like...
Hey, great job, Courtney Steen. She got 6 of the 10. Well done.
What are you even into? Types of cheese or something? I don't even know what I'm going to have to do to like get something in your wheelhouse here.
What were the 4 that she missed?
Well, she guessed... She knew that there was an animated movie in there, which The Lion King was.
Okay.
She guessed Little Mermaid, which was 89.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
And I forget what her other one that she missed was. Do you guys in the station back, do you remember what her second guess that she missed was? Yeah, she said Aladdin, which was number 12, actually, but did not make the list. All right, so an objective failure for Steve Adams.
So what? I really just don't know the top 10 here. So we said Titanic was number 1.
Star Wars was 2.
Star Wars was 2.
Jurassic Park was 3.
Okay. What was 4?
Hang on. Let me pull up my list. Independence Day.
Okay. 5.
Lion King.
6.
Forrest Gump.
7.
The Sixth Sense.
Oh, there we go. 8.
Jurassic Park 2, The Lost World.
9.
Men in Black.
And 10.
I don't want to close my eyes. I don't want to fall asleep because I miss you.
Is it Armageddon?
I'm going
Armageddon?
to drive the rocket into the comet. Isn't that what he said?
That's great.
Huh?
All right, good deal.
All right, there's your top 10. Steve loses miserably.
Yeah, that was rough.
We'll figure it out. You'll get better.
That was fun anyway.
Yeah, we had a good time. Courtney had a great time, and she was very focused on beating you.
I don't think the bar was very high. I don't think,
I made you sound like you knew what you were doing. Unfortunately for me, I made it sound like you'd be good at this.
90s?
So.
I don't know that my brain thinks that way. I divide movies. Okay, these are the 90s movies. I don't. Yeah. My wife is pretty good at that. She's really good at thinking about years.
You got Titanic right off the bat, though.
That's true.
You want me to sing that song?
No. My daughter's a big Titanic fan. She loves it.
Yeah, well, I don't want to spoil the ending, but it doesn't go well for the people on the Titanic.
What my wife bought my daughter for her birthday was tickets to go see like Titanic the musical in Jeff City. And I'm like, well, where's the suspense in this? Come on.
Well, it's artsy.
It was artsy.
All right, let's talk about some local sports going on outside of the high school football scene. University of Missouri, they're going to start their football season next Thursday night at home against Appalachian State, starting out the season ranked number 25, Steve.
That's impressive. You know what? I would love it if I had the opportunity to go. Like, if someone would offer me tickets to that game, wouldn't you go? Wouldn't you just take that opportunity?
Why wouldn't I?
That's what I was wondering.
I did get the offer to go, and I had to turn it down twice. So feel bad about that.
Turn it down twice.
I had to turn it down for a second time today. That was my old assistant manager up at Central Bank that got tickets and asked me to go.
You got some goats to feed or what? What do you got going on?
That's pretty. I don't want to leave that to my lovely fiance. So yeah, we'll say that. Chiefs, they don't start their season for a while, so we won't really talk about them going forward. The Cardinals, things have taken a real nosedive here lately. A real tough couple series for the Cardinals. They wound up getting the win yesterday. I'm not sure what's going on tonight, but tough series against the Phillies. Tough series against the Orioles. They are scoring a lot of runs against this Cardinals pitching staff, but it's not been fun here lately. Kind of feels like the organization has thrown up the white flag for the rest of the season. I'll continue watching. The neon light in my office will still burn brightly, Steve, but I'm probably not as invested in this team as I was maybe just even a few weeks ago. It has not been great.
They're up 3-0 right
I'm
now.
back in. Let's go Cardinals, baby. All right.
You're missing tonight, though. Will you go back and watch this game? Or
No, I won't. I'll just consider it a loss in my head if I don't watch it. And then, of course, you were looking up Royals stuff earlier. What did you find on the Royals?
Well, they had a 9-game winning streak, and I heard that in my hallway as I've got Coach Danes across the hall. He likes to follow the Cardinals, and so he was glad to brag on their recent success. They lost, and so I think the streak is over. But, hey, that's fun to watch anytime you can have a team of yours do
Wow,
so well.
What do you and the Royals have in common? Your streak of Adam's Family Feud is over.
I didn't have a streak.
No, you didn't.
I have a new streak. I have a streak right now. It is a current streak.
I don't know how many games Osage has for real, 9 or 10, but you might see a streak of 9 or 10 this season.
Okay, I'm okay with that because I had such success last year. It's okay to have an off year.
Well, last year we had you taking on kindergartners and first graders.
It worked. I got higher as the year went on.
And then it abruptly came to an end, just shy of high school. So,
well, story of my life.
I knew it. It is the Hy-Vee halftime show here, as it is still a 20-minute halftime in high school football games.
I forget, is it 20 minutes or is it 22 minutes?
It's 22 minutes, right?
22 minutes.
Don't they get it down to 0 and then they put 2 more minutes back up on the clock?
Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was 2 or 3. So here we go. We got to get everybody. It's the only sport where we have such a long half, and then we got to come back and time their warm-ups again.
Yeah, indeed. And something that we actually haven't brought up here tonight, but I do want to make note of, is Osage has a new team in the Tri-County Conference as of this season. As Fulton has joined the conference, Osage will actually head up to Fulton here in a couple weeks. That'll be my first time heading up there. Hopefully they have a good press box situation, or at least a press area to where we can broadcast the game easily, as there are some places here in the Tri-County Conference that are not as easy to broadcast the games from.
That's the thing about covering football. You just really never know. When you go cover basketball, you're going to be in a gym. You don't know where in the gym, but you're going to be in the gym. But when you cover football, you don't know.
Well, that's the thing, too, is like when we cover these basketball games and we're putting these weird spots in the gym, it's still kind of a cool angle to broadcast a game from, even if we're like behind the backboard and stuff. If you're doing that at a football, if our lovely camera person is back here behind the goalpost trying to film the game, that's tough.
Indeed.
It's tough.
I think the camera's looking good tonight.
Oh, okay.
Do you think it's been an upgrade from last year? Put you in a tough spot there. My friend, Wild West, might be listening.
An impossible spot. I think that this camera, so far this year, has been equal to last year's camera work.
That's so diplomatic of you. Wait a minute. Last year, Wild West didn't do game 1.
Who did?
One of our high school students.
Oh, well, I'd say this year is just as good as last year. I'm going to sit on this fence. I'm not going to move off of it, Steve.
Well, I appreciate your lack of courage.
That's called the... Some might say diplomatic. Others might say cowardice. Either way, I think you're right. So we get Set to start this third quarter, brought to you by Eagles Nest Motel and Lounge, as the Indians are down 28-6 to the Bolivar Liberators. And if you think it's a little warm out there tonight, got some bad news for you coming up in the next week. It might be a hot one up in Moberly next Friday night when we go up there.
Yeah, I hope we're inside in an air-conditioned press box.
Well, the last couple of times we've been up there, remember, it's like an incomplete or uncompleted or incomplete. It's not done. It's just a big room in the.
You have a pretty good memory on like every place we go to, and for me, it's like it's all just kind of melts together.
Yeah, I think
and then when I get there, I'm like, oh yeah, I've been here.
I think you remember the good food they had. I remember you being a fan of their food when we went there. It was like some kind of chili thing. Regardless.
Okay, well, I'm
Excuse
excited.
me, irregardless. Osage set to kick off and get this third quarter underway. Again, you can watch this game at MoSportsZone.com or on YouTube. Search out MoSportsZone. Find the broadcast on there or on the KQUL 102.7 Facebook page. That kick is away and fielded. Now trying to get out to the right side. And again, a couple missed tackles before being brought down just shy of the 50. And that was the Osage kicker who kicked it away, making the play over there. It'll be 1st and 10 coming up for the Liberators. And they have looked good on special teams so far tonight.
Yeah, part of missed tackles is just wrapping up and good fundamental. But part of it is when you have just fast athletes out there and they just put you on the edge and you don't necessarily get a great opportunity to have great contact. And that was just great blocking and great running there by the Liberators, putting us in a tough spot.
Now, that was something I can relate to. I was the fast kid they couldn't tackle. 4 wide receivers out, man in motion right to left. Banner takes the snap. And he's going to keep it himself, does not hand it off, and there is all kinds of space up the middle. Splits one tackle, gets out to the left side, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. First play touchdown for Banner and the Liberators as they add to their lead on the very first play.
Yeah, and all the talk and all the motivation and all the inspiration at halftime, and then you kind of give it up in one play like that. That is tough. So we got some room to grow here for the Osage defense. And again, just everything in terms of the Bolivar script is just working out in their favor. Cards are falling all as they wish.
Extra point pending. 34-6. Bolivar jumping out on the very first play of the second half there.
It's interesting we're biting so hard on that, option, and he's, acting like he's going to get that off to the running back, but he is the center of their offense. I think he's the guy that we need to be keying off the whole time.
Yeah, it's not like they've had their running back break off any big runs tonight. It's like you said. Feels like, but even then, even if you had someone spying on Banner, which we've seen in the past with this Osage defense, he's an athlete, and he's going to find a way to make the defender miss.
It's the whole thing when you're playing defense, just some disciplined, controlled aggression. You get up the field too far, you open up the field for him, you just make gaps. You gotta be able to know how to stay home and play your part of the field, and just takes a lot of discipline and experience to do that.
Extra point is no good, off to the left, but the score 34-6. We'll take a break, come back with the kickoff. Bolivar will kick it away to the Indians. Here in the third quarter, you're listening to Cool 102.7 Sports.
Whoa, Central Ozarks Medical Center, your health, our mission.
COMC has been providing quality health care in Central Missouri since 1979. From primary care, OBGYN, pediatrics, senior health, dental, and behavioral health. Go to centralozarks.org for a location near you or call 877-406-2662.
COMC, the healthy place to be.
This is America, where football means football.
There's only one place to hear Osage Indians football. Back to the game on your Indians' hometown radio station, Cool 102.7.
34-6 on the scoreboard as Chapel Banner takes the first play from scrimmage down the field and puts it into the end zone. And now this Osage offense, we'll see what changes, if any, or adjustments they made here at halftime to come out and try and fight their way back into this one.
Well, it's got to start with who we are. We got to start with the running game and here and hopefully get some success from Turnier or Herring. And, of course, Sperling can bring, an element of the run game as well. Here we go, another squib kick, and that is Grady Haig there with the coverage. Covering the ball here right about the 46-yard line. So Osage going to get a short field here. And Bolivar just not wanting to kick that ball deep to us, not wanting to give us a chance to get a good return.
But hey, heads up play by Haig. I mean, it's 34-6 over there. He's probably just expecting to turn around and have to block, but sticking true. And
I tell you, Grady Haig. I did it again. I caught it. I caught it. Grady Haig. He's got a dad that knows the game and has had success at the game, and so he's got a good coach at home as well.
Turnier, the ball carrier, there on first down, picks up 2 before being brought down. Second down and 8 for the Indians, just shy of midfield here. Three wide receivers out to the right for Sperling. Takes a snap, now designed run out to the right side for him. Good lead block there. Just unable to bounce it to the outside. He picks up 1, maybe 2, gets across midfield and sets up third down.
Yeah, nice disciplined pursuit by the Liberators there. Looked like they're we had an opportunity, but we got linebackers just crashing in and just maintaining the edge there.
So third down on the first drive for this Osage offense here in the second half. 4 wide receivers out for Sperling. Man in motion, right to left is Butler. Sperling will keep it. He'll go left side. He'll pick up the first down with the run.
And again, that's, not quite as long a run as they had on the scoring possession earlier, but that has been the most success we've seen when that keeper by Sperling right up the gut. That's worked well for us.
10-10 left to go here in the third quarter. 1 wide receiver out left. That's Quinn Butler. Sperling takes a snap. Fakes the handoff. Now he's going to keep it. Goes left side. Gets a good block from Turnier. Now busted to the outside. And he'll pick up some extra yardage. That's another Pacific Pools first down for Sperling. Good lead block there by Turnier. And Sperling using his legs to pick up the first down.
Breaking the 30-yard line. Ball spotted here just at the 29. 2 successful carries here, both by Sperling. And what we suspected was true. And again, Maverick Trusty brought a lot to the game and such a talented leader and quarterback and passer. But one thing he couldn't keep up with here is how Sperling is running the ball.
Now Turnier, right side, good pursuit. That might be a loss of 1. Just getting through that line of scrimmage. Bolivar doing a good job of bringing pressure where the Indians aren't.
I'm a little surprised. I'm surprised we haven't had more success running the ball from our, we've seen flashes from both of these young men of just being talented, exceptional runners, and just Bolivar's just matching it, stopping what they got to stop.
3 wide receivers out to the short side of the field on the right. Sperling will keep it. He'll run up the middle, follows his blockers, and he's brought down into the second level, picks up about 6 before being brought down.
All right, about the 25-yard line here. So third down, and I'm going to say 6 here, maybe 5.
Certainly 2-down territory with this score and where you're at on the field. We'll see how Osage wants to attack this third down. 8:26, clock running here in the third, brought to you by Eagles Nest Motel and Lounge. 1 wide receiver out to the right.
Ooh, all kinds of movement. Flags in the air. I think that's going to be on us, but we're waiting for a signal from the stripes.
Talk about it. Looks like Osage going to start moving back. And it is on the Indians. The procedure was illegal.
Third down and a full 10 here now, or they're saying 11 on the board. Again, as you mentioned, 2 down territory, so we don't have to get it all in one chunk.
Clock still running here in the third, coming up on 8 minutes left to go.
I think it's been all runs on this drive so far. We'll see if we've got 3 receivers out here on our side of the field.
Butler will get it. He's trying to get out to the edge, and he is brought down in the backfield.
I like the idea of trying to give Butler the ball in open field. He's a great athlete, but boy, they're just pursuing it. They're keying off on it, and they're just seeing it coming, reading it well. So here we go. Now we got 4th down and about 14. Board says 15 here. So boy, it's a tough place to be here.
Not sure what Osage will want to do in this situation. Just shy of the Bolivar 30-yard line.
Every time we've been in a position where it looks like, everybody knows we're going to pass, Sperling has faced quite a bit of pressure. We'll see what they bring this time.
Timeout taken. We will take a timeout, too, as Osage wants to talk it over. They're down 34-6 with 7:07 left to go here in the third. You're listening to Cool 102.7 Sports.
Life comes at you fast, sometimes too fast. Should have remembered the golden rule. No, not that one. Golden Rule Insurance. Call them for personal lines of insurance for home, auto, life, boat, and RV. And the best part is, when you bundle, you can save actual money. Golden Rule staff are educated and trained to ensure their customers have the very best service. Find personal lines of insurance that work for you. You can find them on Osage Beach Parkway in Osage Beach. Golden Rule Insurance Agency. Coverage you need, people you trust.
This is Osage Indians Football. Here's the call of the game on your Indians' hometown radio station, Cool 102.7.
7:07 left to go here in this third quarter. 4th down and 14 coming up for the Indians as they come back out.
Well, they got to look at the defense here and then call the timeout.
Well, I'm sure the defensive look will change up now.
Sure.
It's just a game of chess at times. Wide receivers out to the right. That's Krantz, Butler, and Butler. Sperling will take the snap, looks out to the right, now rolls out to the right. Looking down the field, flips it over the middle, has Butler. That ball is tipped, flag is thrown. And I think the contact with Butler was made before the ball got there.
Yeah, no hesitation in the flag being thrown. He was running in and calling the incomplete while throwing that flag here. Butler a little slow to get up, getting some help off the field here, heading to the sideline.
Yeah, he has taken some hits tonight. Let's not mince words, Steve. Colt Butler has been on the receiving end of some tough hits tonight from this Bolivar defense, and that was no different there.
Mm-hmm.
Believe that might be enough for a first down, and it is. Puts the Indians inside the Chris Wagner Farmers Insurance red zone.
Ball just inside the 19-yard line here. Last time we had a penalty at this part of the field, we took it right on in and got our only score for the night. We'll see if we can replicate that. Another flag.
Yeah, another flag thrown. Sperling is going to take the run. He'll go into the end zone. But 2 flags thrown back behind the play as the slot receiver moved. So a legal shift. And he was moving as Colt Butler was moving. And that's 2 people moving at once, which they don't normally allow.
Sets us back 5 here, so ball going to be placed about, between the 23, 24-yard line, first down and 15.
6:54 left to go here in this third quarter. 3 wide receivers out to the left. Now Sperling will keep it out to the left.
Got to him.
And he is hit and brought down in the backfield, and that is another loss.
Peyton Williamson for the Liberators Sperling didn't have any chance here. Just crashes through the line, gets a hold of him, brings him right to the ground. So Osage going the wrong direction here with the penalty here. And now with that sack, Their ball's here about the 30-yard line here. Second down and a lot. 22, the board says. Yard to gain. See all the way at maybe the 8-yard line.
Sperling back in the pistol. 3 wide receivers out to the right. Takes the snap, rolls out to the right, throws out in the flats, has his man Preston Glenn, makes the catch before getting knocked out of bounds.
Hey, I'm loving that. They've been trying to make that happen, going back to the Jamboree, trying to get Glenn the ball, and I think it's the combination of the ball not being in the right spot or Glenn trying to turn upfield before he has that ball in his hands. Nailed it there, had success, got some yards there. Love to see Glenn be a part of that. You know, that's kind of taking that Ethan Wall part of our offense. We need that tight end to be part of this.
3rd down and 15.
I wonder how Ethan Wall's doing. I think he's playing ball right now.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Somebody give us an update.
2 wide receivers out to the left. Sperling will roll out that way, throws out in the flat. That's Quinn Butler making the catch, and he'll be brought down just shy of the 20, almost back to the regular line of scrimmage.
Osage just kind of taking what the Liberators are giving to him here, and sometimes that's how you get into the game here. Sets up a long 4th down, though.
Oh, he got knocked out of bounds. I said 4th down and 11. I think it's about 13. He got knocked out before. I guess I thought he got some extra yards there. Sorry.
Yeah, ball spotted on about the 21-yard line.
So 4th down for the Indians here. 5:30 left to go here in this 3rd quarter. Sperling fakes the handoff, rolls out to the right.
Oof.
Flips it over the middle, trying to go to Butler. That ball tipped, knocked around, incomplete, turnover on downs. Got a flag down.
Well, Butler looks like a man among boys back there, and he was, all kinds of coverage, but he looks like the big man down there. Just couldn't quite get the ball, come down with it. And what are we saying here?
Roughing the passer.
Well, I was looking at the wrong part of the play there. I was following the ball all the way to Butler, missed it.
Yeah, Sperling knocked down in the backfield after the play. And, of course, Krantz trying to make a block for him, and he gets knocked to the ground. And I think the guy that knocked Krantz to the ground wanted to go ahead and finish what he started.
He was a wrecking ball. Krantz is a good athlete, and he just kind of disposed of him a little bit there. So here we go, another big penalty here against the Liberators, extending this drive for Osage. First down, and are we just short of the goal
10,
line?
I guess we can get it inside the 1 for a first down. That's being generous about it. Tight formation, Quinn Butler out to the left. Sperling takes the snap, Colt Butler in motion. Fakes the handoff. Now Sperling going to follow his blockers. Picks up about 4, maybe 5 before he's brought down. Inside the 10.
Well, teams are going to have to prepare for that. That's been the most successful thing that Osage has run tonight, getting just right up the middle with the quarterback keeper. Kind of running some misdirection, trying to distract what we really want to do here.
Now this handoff goes to Turnier, trying to follow a block. He's hit past the line of scrimmage and then brought back. Going to be 3rd down and goal at the 2. And, Steve, I think this Bolivar defense trying to make a statement here on this goal line possession for the Indians.
It's when you get in positions like this as a defense, it stops like that, though. Man, it's worth celebrating. It's really, you can kind of form an identity on stops like this. Osage, we want to get it in here.
Sperling going to go right side. He's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage and knocked back. It's going to be 4th down and goal from about the 3, or 4th down. I guess 4th down and 3. You can still get a first down inside the 1.
Liberators are acting like they have the ball.
But when it was a turnover, I guess the
do.
ball was lost. I did not see that. Did you?
I did not, and it's one of those deals where, how quickly the officials blow the whistle, because it looked like his forward progress was stopped. But while you're doing that, man, they're trying to rip the ball out. So you want to let the offensive player advance the ball and fight for it, but you got to call that play when it's time to call the play. So I think Sperling was kind of in a no-win situation there. So the Liberators get the stop there we're looking for. After giving up some big penalties here, they're going to start their drive at just maybe the 6-yard line, looks like. That'd be their own 6.
Yeah, 4:12 left to go here in this 3rd quarter. Bolivar with the football and a comfortable lead.
Osage yet to stop the Liberators. this would be the drive to do it here, deep in their own end of the field.
Get the ball out on the sideline quickly. Shoestring tackle made after a gain of about 7.
I tell you what these Liberators are playing with is just lots of confidence.
Absolutely.
Just a little swagger on the field. They are knowing that, hey, you haven't stopped us all night. We are not prepared to slow down at this point.
It has been a difficult time for this Osage defense, to say the very least. 3:44, clock running. Liberators have 4 wide receivers out. Pass out in the flat, and
It's Gonzalez dropping the ball there. Again, that's not the first time tonight we've seen him try to look up the field without the ball.
yeah, that is his 3rd or 4th drop with really nobody around him. They were just trying to get him out in space, and he dropped it. So now 3rd down and 3. Four wide receivers out. Banner takes a snap, looks to throw quickly. Now steps up in the pocket, rolls out. Being chased by Price, now pushed to the sideline. But that's enough for a first down.
I'll be interested to follow Banner a little bit this season and just, when you have an opponent have this kind of success, you got to wonder, the question is he that good? Or are we helping him look good? He's looked pretty good tonight. He's just been hard to bring down, hard to get to. When we do kind of get a hand on him, he's been able to escape it. And he just really senses where the pressure's coming from and just moves away from it and finds success.
Now 3 receivers out this time. Man in motion, right to left. Banner takes a snap, fakes the handoff, gets it out in the flats to his man. Block over there by the wide receiver, gets him out into space, pickup of about 7 before being brought down.
Herring with a good tackle out there, bringing him down with authority. 2nd down and 2 to 3 here.
Run goes up the middle. Looks like he picks up enough for a first down.
Yeah, just crossing over the 30, probably the 31-yard line here. And we got a Liberator slow to get up.
Yeah, we got a player down for the Liberators. We will take a break, come back with more Indian action after this. You're listening to Cool 102.7 Sports.
The focal point for almost any home is the kitchen. That's where you gather with family and friends. The staff at Cabinetry Pros can make your kitchen, bathroom, or laundry room beautiful and more functional, along with increasing your home's value. They offer products within everyone's budget and can help with remodels or new construction. For more cabinet ideas, visit CabinetryProsLLC.com or visit their showrooms in Sedalia and Lake Ozark.
I see us winning out there tonight.
The Butcher Shop in Camdenton, honored supporter of the Osage Indians and Camdenton Lakers. Come into the Butcher Shop for your Alpha Gal diet options, handmade sides, and personally prepared processing for your hungry family. They always serve fresh hot ribs for Friday Night Lights. And don't forget about the Butcher Shop catering. They cook to order. Customer service is #1 for any event, any size. The Butcher Shop, behind Central Bank in Camdenton. Take a break and make your escape to the hidden gem of the lake, Old Kinderhook. Golf the finest course and dine at the best restaurant, the Trophy Room. Happy hour is 3 to 6. Enjoy prime rib Friday and Saturday. They've got a wine list that matches its cuisine and spa for your golf swing. Old Kinderhook invites you to escape today. Come stay and play for a weekend. A proud supporter of your Camdenton Lakers and Osage Indians. Look them up online and Facebook.
Stepping onto the boat, pushing off from the dock, tying on the perfect bait, and casting a line.
Grandpa, we got one.
Sharing your favorite hobby. Brought to you by Lake Regional Orthopedics. From total joint replacement to memories that can't be replaced.
My fish is bigger than yours.
Our commitment runs deep. Learn more at lakeregional.com.
Let's get back to the action of Osage Indians football. Here's the call of the game on your Indians hometown radio station, Cool 102.7.
Back here at school, the Osage High School had an injured player down. He was able to walk off under his own power. That's the Lake Regional Health System injury report. I don't really know what happened there.
It looked bad at first.
It looked like it was not good initially, and then he walked off the field under his own power. 1st and 10 for the Liberators. Banner looking to throw. He's going to take it deep down the middle, and it's going to be wrapped up and brought in. A long throw and a nice catch from Bolivar for a long first down.
Shakir McCoy, that's the first time we have said his name tonight. Ran the perfect route, and Banner had all kinds of time to rear back and just lay that ball out right for McCoy. He ran right underneath it. Ball at the 30 or 25-yard line.
Now the handoff goes up the middle.
That's Hill.
Breaking through the line of scrimmage into the second level and brought down right at the first down marker, and I believe that is enough for a first down.
Ball at the 15. Whew.
I just want to be able to see my program. 1st and 10 for the Liberators now, inside the 15. Under 2 minutes to go here in the third. 4 wide receivers out for Bolivar. Banner, play action. Now pressure comes up the middle. He flushes out, looking for something, throws it away on the sideline.
Number 46, Michael Arnold, bring a little pressure there. It's my favorite player in the field.
He was not alone, though. That was Cody Smitherman that made a big move up the middle as well. Shedding a tackle, or a blocker, excuse me. Still 4 wide receivers out, 2nd down and 10 for the Liberators. Banner fakes the handoff. He's going to keep it. Now he's up the middle, breaks one tackle into the end zone for a touchdown.
Boy, when he sees a little gap, he's just got an extra gear there, puts it in turbo, and just right up the seam, right up the crease in the middle of the defense. And we just, once he starts running downhill, he just can't be stopped, at least not by our defense tonight. And once again, they started that drive, on their 5-6 yard line. I mean, man, you would think if there's any chance we get to stop him, it's going to be right there. And, of course, the big completion to McCoy, flipping the field, and then just an inability to stop the run play. Big 10-yard run by Hill, and then what was a 10, 15-yard touchdown run by Banner.
Extra point is good. That makes the score 41-6. We'll take a break, come back with the kickoff after this. You're listening to Cool 102.7 Sports.
Big news for the lake. Bobcat on Lake of the Ozarks is moving to Lynn Creek. Keep an eye out on Highway 54 for their new location. Same quality equipment, same efficient service, and same qualified team ready to guide you to the right machine, parts, or service for your job. Bobcat on Lake of the Ozarks is a proud supporter of Camdenton and Osage Athletics. Contact them, choose your equipment, and join the Bobcat family. There's only one Bobcat.
This is America, where football means football.
There's only one place to hear Osage Indians football. Back to the game on your Indians hometown radio station, Cool 102.7.
Back here at School of the Osage High School as the Liberators put another touchdown on the board. 41-6, 1:35 left to go here in the third quarter, Steve.
Yeah, I was reflecting a little bit. 2 years ago on this field, Bolivar comes to town, and I was kind of wondering. I remember thinking, man, we got a tough team. I think Gardner Casey was playing for him. We're gonna have a tough night, and we beat them 35-0. And I remember thinking, this is a team that was still searching for their identity, and they found it. They found it that season. They had a winning record that year after just a really tough start against us. And I really kind of feel like that's a little bit of what we're dealing with here with Osage, a team that's just struggling. We've just had some turnovers, some spots to fill, And we're trying to figure out who we are tonight, and we just haven't quite figured that out. Really struggling defensively here tonight, not getting any stops, and only have the one score offensively. So I don't expect for a minute that this is going to be how our season goes, but we've got to figure some things out moving forward. Osage are going to start their drive here about the 38-yard line. First down and 10. Third quarter winding down here, less than a minute.
Sperling looks to throw, rolls out to the left, has some time and space, now takes off down the field.
About the 44-yard line here. Gain of, I'd say, about 6 yards. Looking for, that's not, I don't think it was designed to be a keeper.
No.
He was looking downfield, trying to find the open guy, just couldn't. Had some space, turned into a positive gain.
Second down and 4 coming up. Sperling takes a snap, fakes this handoff to Turnier, and then tries to push forward. He picks up a yard before being brought down. That'll make it third down and 3 coming up. That was going to be the final play of this third quarter. We got 1 quarter left to go here as the Indians are down 41-6 to the Bolivar Liberators. We'll take a break, come back with the final quarter of action after this. You're listening to Cool 102.7 Sports.
Summer doesn't slow down, and neither does Woodshed. Hi, this is Sharona. So whether you're heading to work, tackling projects around the house, we've got you covered. Shop our work gear and fashion apparel for both men and women, outdoor power equipment, cordless power tools, fire pits, patio furniture, and so much more. So whatever summer throws your way, you're going to find it at Woodshed. The things you need for your home, the tools you need for work, and the service you expect from your hometown store. So visit Woodshed in Carrollton, Richmond, Warrensburg, Cameron, Concordia, and even Osage Beach.
This is Osage Indians Football. Here's the call of the game on your Indians hometown radio station, Cool 102.7.
Start of the fourth quarter brought to you by Central Bank back here at School of the Osage High School, where it has been all Bolivar Liberators tonight. 41-6 the score on the board. Indians with the football, third down and 2 or 3 coming up for School of the Osage.
Yeah, with a score like it is, just it's a different game than I think I was speculating to see tonight. I called it that we would be the favorite tonight. It has not been how it's transpired.
Oh,
but
Massey has a lot of answering to do.
Well, they do indeed. Osage just looking to try to make some good things happen here. They need something good to talk about. And Gage Turnier here with the carry. That's not been one of them. Just not getting any space or time. Yeah. He's just, as soon as he's getting that ball in his hands, he's getting contact. So fourth down, and we'll call it a long one here. Right here, the ball at the 47-yard line on the Osage side. So we're going to go for this and try to extend the drive. We're maybe going to try to draw them offside with a hard count. We'll see what Osage has in their bag of tricks.
Yeah, it's just been a struggle to get any kind of push up front tonight for School of the Osage. And they'll give it to Sperling to try and get it here, and he will pick up the first down for School of the Osage. Crosses midfield into Bolivar territory.
It seems like that's been successful when we've involved our running backs in the blocking game. Let Sperling keep the ball, get Turnier, get Herring involved in the blocking game, and we've been successful with that.
First and 10 from the Bolivar 45 as Osage tries to drive down the field here, get some positive energy going. Sperling takes the snap, looks out left, has his man. And that's Quim Butler over there, I believe, making the catch.
He's had a few grabs tonight.
$10:20 left to go here in the fourth.
It'll be interesting to reflect back on this game and see the stat line of Blaine Sperling. Had a good run game here tonight. Had some opportunities to throw the ball. I don't think that we've had the one turnover down here at this end of the field, but I don't know. Have I missed? I'm not remembering any interceptions.
No. 2 wide receivers out to the right. Sperling will roll out to the right. Throws it deep, looking for Butler. Butler had it and then knocked out of bounds another tough hit on Butler.
He's slow to get up. He's had a long night.
Yes, he has. Sperling has looked to him at times to try and make a big play, and the passing lanes just not quite there tonight. And Sperling is having to try and put the football in a spot where he knows the Bolivar player can't come down with it, but it's making it difficult for Butler to try and make a play on it. Just a tough situation for the passing game. Now going to be 3rd down and 8 with 9:38 left to go here in the 4th.
Yeah, it looked like Butler had 3 defenders on him by the time the ball comes down where you want it, and that's just a tough way to advance the ball.
Man in motion is Turnier. This time they'll hand it off to Krantz. He'll go left side, getting a block down field, just shy of the 1st down marker. That'll make it 4th down, and I'd say about a long 1, maybe 2 here.
Yeah, nice tough run by Krantz there. I like the misdirection. It looked like maybe it was coming here to our side here with Turnier, and then back the other way with Krantz, and he was running hard downhill, right on the edge.
Now this one goes to Turnier, and he gets enough for a Pacific Pools 1st down. Running hard was Turnier there. Just hit the line of scrimmage hard and didn't really give the defenders a chance to push him back. Gets that Pacific Pools 1st down. Sets up 1st and 10 now from the 34-yard line. 33. Clock running, 8:30 left to go here in the 4th. Glenn and Butler in motion. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Now Sperling looking to throw. Floats it over, trying to find Glenn, but over his head, thankfully into an empty spot of the field. Sets up 2nd down.
Yeah, Glenn was sandwiched. He had defenders on either side of him, so it was really probably a smart throw by Sperling just to throw a little bit beyond him in a part of the field where nobody could get it. Looked like it was definitely a play designed to get Glenn the ball. He's had 1 reception tonight.
Clock still running here, even after the incomplete pass. 35-point spread on the board. 41-6, 3 receivers out to the right. Sperling takes the snap. Quick throw, goes over to Krantz. That ball tipped, knocked away, and then the interception knocked away, and Krantz almost winds up with it through all of it. But I tell you what, Steve, that defender had a touchdown dancing in his eyes, and that's why he didn't bring that one in. He was thinking about his celebration dance.
Yeah, just playing tip drill there. And, you know, I've always thought that should be a different category of interception. When you got an interception that was off somebody's tipped hands, you know, it doesn't seem quite fair to hang that on the quarterback. But
well, I just think that's a part of the tip culture that we're seeing right now in high school football.
Like when you go to Starbucks and they want you to give, okay.
Do you tip whenever you get takeout?
I tip less, but yeah, I tip.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm going to get hate mail for that.
Here we go. Send it to Steve Adams, courtesy of. I get it. 2-yard run there by Sperling.
I hate it when you're sitting right there and you're paying and they turn the thing towards you and they know it says tip, you know it says tip, and they're just looking right at you like, okay, I don't like this game.
That's tough, tipping on takeout, because they still made the food for you, but they're not serving you per se.
That's pretty big to me. If I'm not being, I don't know. I'm sure there's servers all across, you know, I'm listening to us, they're like, that is not how it should work.
I get it. I'm just asking questions and trying to get you in trouble. 4th down, Sperling going to throw it down the field, trying to make a play here, and I think that is going to be an interception down the sideline for the Liberators. So Sperling trying to make something happen.
Yeah, just a route that was well covered, and you know I get Osage. Hey, let's take a risk here. Let's try to grab some yards all at once. But the defender just read it the whole way. Great defensive play.
Yeah, it'll be 1st down for the Liberators. Clock running here with the score on the board. I think we'll see some new players out here on the field for Bolivar.
Yeah, I'm not sure who. Yeah, maybe all new. We'll see. It's certainly at the quarterback's new.
Yeah.
Bolivar running right up the gut there. Let's see. Do they pick up 1 or 2 yards here? Starting their drive on, looks like maybe the 7-yard line. Ball spotted on the 9.
And like we said, clock going to be running with the point differential on the board. 41-6 right now, the lead for the Liberators over the Indians.
Blaine Ruth, we're going to say. I'm not sure about that last name. R-O-U-T-H.
Yeah, that's Ruth. So run out to the right side now. Good initial push there from our boy Grady Haig. Grady.
I feel like any mispronunciation of Grady's name is going to be blamed on me.
I was like, how many different ways can we say, or can you say it wrong? Sorry. Good initial push there from Haig, and then the stop made.
Yellow on the field, face mask called. They're marking off the yardage right now. Can be a first down for Bolivar. Spotting the ball, looks like about their own 21-yard line.
So just a mistake there. Takes it from 3rd down to 1st down for the Liberators. Coming up on 4 minutes to go here in this 4th quarter, brought to you by Central Bank. Quick throw out to the sideline. Nice job by Owen Krantz fighting through the defense there as they were trying to block him over on the sideline, and then he makes the tackle to boot. So
yeah, that was impressive.
It actually winds up being a loss from the hustle from Krantz there. Three and a half left to go here in the 4th quarter. Play coming in from the sideline for the Liberators. Takes a snap, looking to throw. Now rolls out of the pocket. Once again, Krantz coming up.
Well, Krantz likes to just get in there and just throw his body at people. That's throwing his body there at his knees. Got enough contact there to bring him to the ground. Got a little bit of a gain here, spotting the ball at the 20. So it's 3rd, and we'll call it 11.
Was that Grady? No, Gardy Cowan?
Oh, I thought you were trying to say Grady's name.
Sorry. No, sorry. I guess I have a flashlight on my phone. Callan Gordy making the play over there. Krantz pushed up, and then Gordy made the play. Now we run out to the left side. Hit made at the line of scrimmage. They say ball may have come out there.
Osage is pointing the other direction. But we have not seen a sign from the official just yet. They're trying to sort it all out.
They say 4th down. Brad Yoder says 4th down.
Well, there we go. That's official. Brad could say 4th down before it even happens, and that's just what it's got to be.
You know what Brad told me tonight before you guys got here, because you guys don't get here until like 6:45.
What did he say?
He said
he missed me.
He's taken. No, he did not say that. He said he's taken Lee Baker's place.
That's a true story.
As the basketball announcer.
That's a true story. I've heard that. And so I asked if that means he's not coaching, but he says he might, still show up at some practices.
Yeah, seems like a conflict of interest.
Does that mean we're supposed to be showing up to practices?
Have you not been? I guess I haven't seen you there. I was calling myself there.
Anyway, Osage with our 4th down.
Yeah, timeout taken, I think, by Bolivar. No, by Osage. Okay. So Osage takes the timeout. Timeout brought to you by Matt Shrimp, Berkshire Hathaway.
Getting our first stop of the night. 1:43 left in this contest. It's fun to watch the cheerleaders. You never could guess the current status of a game by watching cheerleaders.
No, they are on a different level than what might be going on out there on the field.
And I'm a cheer dad. I'm not criticizing the cheerleaders. Don't misinterpret me.
No, not at all. They will punt it away. And Osage will return it. This is Colt Butler. He'll let it go.
Colt Butler says, I've been hit enough tonight. We're just going to let this one go.
That's a good point by Colt. Make it a decision there on that one. Osage will take over. We'll wind this one down here. Clock's still running with the 41-6 score on the board. Osage will fall to 0-1 on the season, and it doesn't get any easier for them, Steve. They'll head up to Moberly. And Moberly, if you want to just talk geographically, I liken Bolivar and Moberly, as far as city size, probably what you're going to get from them school size. So, and there's a definite caliber of athlete. We saw Moberly last year twice, once in the regular season, then we saw them again in the playoffs, and they gave the Indians everything they wanted in both matchups. So it's going to be a tough road to hoe next week for them, and certainly going to be a competitive game, if not a tough one for School of the Osage.
Well, Bolivar's coming in here, and okay, they've taken a loss against Osage 2 years in a row, and so they're saying, hey, if we can changing our script starts tonight. And that's going to be the same for Moberly. If they can get a win against us, they're going to think, hey, our trajectory is changing. Got to go to their place. And, of course, Osage is going to be licking their wounds. And on top of that, I think just practice this week is going to look different.
Yeah.
Just with the weather like it is, I'm not sure how, teams accommodate. I don't know if they're going to have early morning practices or what their plan is. But with the temps, breaking into 100 here almost every day next week, it's going to be a tough go.
Run there by backup quarterback Dallas Woods. Just a sophomore, but he's got some size, Steve.
Yeah.
Last play of the game coming up here for the Indians. Woods will take the snap, fakes the handoff. He'll keep it himself, pushes up the middle, and he'll pick up some yards before the end of this game here tonight. Osage going to fall to Bolivar. Final score 41-6 in this one. We'll take a break. Come back with a high-tech auto body and towing post-game show. See if Coach Jolly wants to chat about this game here tonight and get you set for next week against Moberly. You're listening to Cool 102.7 Sports.
When your electrical project can't wait, call Honest Abe's. From broken light switches to full panel replacements, their team is ready with same-day or next-day service. With multiple master electricians on staff, Honest Abe's brings more hands-on experience than most companies in mid-Missouri. Oh, and yes, they even do solar installations. Whatever that is. No matter if it's big jobs, small fixes, or everything in between. For electrical work done right, choose Honest Abe's.
HVAC, septic, plumbing, and electric. Call HonestAbes.com.
So, you've made the decision to have a second home at the exclusive Lake of the Ozarks. Nice choice. But there are still some decisions to make. Like, who are the best interior designers? Where can I find that perfect statement piece for my wardrobe and my home? Which restaurants offer the latest and greatest in award-winning cuisine? What are the perfect wine and app pairings? Well, ladies, we know who makes the real buying decisions. And what better resource to turn to than Second Home Living? It's your go-to magazine for all the answers in one place. Available at over 100 locations in the Tri-County area, it's the perfect glossy guide you need. SHL, for real decision makers.
Custom railing stairs that gleam. Awnings made just like your dream. American Sun controls the name. Since 1985, they lead the game. Screen enclosures keep bugs at bay. Enjoy your summer every day. Family owned and local too. American Sun Control. Made for you.
In a world where the real estate market is tougher than the gridiron, count on the play calling from Coach Matt Shrimp and the Berkshire Hathaway team.
Winners never quit and quitters never win.
When the deal is on the line.
The inches we need are everywhere around us.
Count on Coach Matt Shrimp and the Berkshire Hathaway team to deliver the results.
It's game time.
Matt Shrimp and Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Lake Ozark Realty.
I don't care what the scoreboard says at the end of the game. In my book, we're going to be winners. He is gone.
Game analysis, stats, and more. It's the Osage Indians Football Postgame Show on your Indians' hometown radio station, Cool 102.7.
Back here at School of the Osage High School for the high-tech auto body and towing post-game show where the School of the Osage Indians fall tonight to the Bolivar Liberators. Final score 41-6. And Steve, I would be I'm not trying to turn the knife by any stretch of the imagination, but it has been a long time outside of a game against Blair Oaks where we have been on the receiving end of a game like this.
Yeah, definitely just dominated on both sides of the ball, and we knew there were a lot of question marks coming in tonight, just with the turnover and not a lot of returning starters, and I think the question was, are we at the place in our program that we're just going to churn out the next guy every time? And, sometimes you just, you're on a rebuilding year when you are matching another team that is on the ascent, and that's what it feels like tonight, and a big part of that was Chapel Banner and his success tonight, and just the way that he manages the game and just the spacing and knowing when, he's just splitting defenders all night long and everything keyed off his legs, I feel like. And then he's got some pretty talented receivers here that he can throw the ball out as well. He's got a great running back in Hill. So this offensive squad for Bolivar, either they're really good or we made them look good. And, the season will tell us about that. And then, of course, on the other side of the ball, defensively, we knew there's some questions there. And I just want to throw this out there, and I'm not suggesting that this would have changed the outcome of the game necessarily, but I do believe it would have changed the narrative of the game. That is the presence of Hunter Schreiman. Mm-hmm. You put him back in the fold here defensively and what he brings in our defensive coverage. You put him as a part of the offense and how he stretches the game for Osage. I think it changes the game. I'm not saying it changes the outcome of the game, but I think it definitely changes the narrative.
Well, you just have that senior leadership out there on both sides of the football. He's a guy who on defense kind of, playing center field out there at the safety position and just, without him, it certainly makes it a more uphill climb for the Indians here tonight. Offensively, it kind of feels like School of the Osage again. We said at halftime there were flashes of brilliance and there was a flashes of what you want to see this season going forward, but it just didn't lacked consistency on the offensive side. It felt like every 2 steps forward there was 1 step back, and I think in time then that's you're going to put that together and you're going to hope that everything comes together, and instead of just taking 2 steps forward 1 step back, you're taking 3 steps forward and you're not taking any of those steps back. So there's a lot to work on for this offensive unit. What did you see on the offense for the Indians, Steve?
Well, I saw good things from Blaine Sperling, right? And just everything's going to key off him, similar to, what we saw tonight for Banner, for Bolivar. So I think we have some pieces in place, and I think we get all the pieces in place. That's going to help us. And here, let me brag about this. We've heard Coach Jolly talk about his coaching staff and brag about them. We've bragged about the coaching staff, and this is just when you need your coaching staff to step up and shine. Okay, we're going to lick our wounds. We're going to learn from these mistakes. We're going to coach you to be a better team. That's what it's about. You don't always get to start out, at the peak of your game. Losing this game, it's not going to cost us anything in the postseason here, right? Mm-hmm. We're going to continue to learn and practice and work at it and coach these young men to a better place. And that's the test of great coaches. So that's what we're looking for them. So what do you see? You asked about offense there.
Like I said, I think we saw pieces of it, and it was there at times. Coach Jolly coming up here, putting on the headset, joining us for the Rock Island Insurance Coaches interview here in the post-game show. And, Coach, obviously not the start to the season that you wanted. What did you see down there on the field tonight?
Trying to think about coming up here. That's probably one of the toughest games that I've sit on the sideline for. So we got outplayed and we got outcoached tonight. And I think it boils down to this is what you asked me, so this is what I think. Bolivar, played him for 2 years, got him pretty good the first year, won on last second, and that's a little bit of hunger. And, and they outplayed us. And there's about a million things. I mean, you guys sit up here and saw it. I'm not going to make excuses. Like I said, we had some mental errors. There was two mistakes. And it isn't about the kids that made the mistake, but the nature of the mistake. We had the one mistake where we false started, which we don't do. That's not characteristic of us. And on the other side, we lined up in the neutral zone in 2 significant plays in the first half that could have been swinging things.
Yeah.
And so those are things that we take a lot of pride in normally. We still do, and that's part of our approach. But it goes to show you that maybe I miscalculated, maybe our kids miscalculated, maybe just as a collective whole, we miscalculated, maybe where we were at mentally and prepared-wise. I thought schematically we had some things that we felt comfortable with, but we didn't execute, and I didn't feel like I did a very good job of calling plays. It's a hard rhythm to get into when you're not having much success. And specifically on offense and their defense, having Hunter Schreiman out of the game is part of it, but the rest of it is we got guys that need to step up, and that's on us to try to get that thing taken care of. But you can see there's some transition going on.
For sure. That was actually leading into my next question. You have some new guys out there. You're leaving 11 starters, so you're bringing in some new starters. You saw some flashes of it on the offensive side at times. You had the designed runs for the quarterbacks that you had some sustained success with. Obviously, there's some change. Talk about the changes that this team is making this season from last year.
Well, the change is easy. It's like guys are doing things, minus like a Colt Butler that played all year last year, and Hunter, who I haven't seen, and Christian was coming on towards the end of the season. You're looking at guys doing things that they've never really done before. You can go to team camp and do that stuff without officials, and you can be at practice and all that stuff, but when you have a hungry team come in here like this that are gonna play that hard, and then you're still trying to mature as a player, let's say like it's your first time out there, especially against a really improved team, a good team, and we just got our butts kicked, and our kids will have to take a look at it and see. I mean, and that's what a great test. But I tell people, and I don't know if they buy it or not, but like been doing this for 30-some years. You play for week 10.
Yeah.
Week 10 is when you move on, and you can say it however you want, and it's not a popular thing to say. But like I said, you can play in front of empty stands, full stands, whatever you want. Week 10 is that week of where you want to put all the pieces together because it's the elimination. So, we've got a lot of time, but that depends on how we approach it and if we set things up for success from a coaching standpoint and from a player standpoint.
That was actually going to be my final question for you. I know that if you were going to have a game like this, you would probably prefer it to have it in week number 1 because you're working towards week 10. So working towards week 2 now with Moberly, what does this Osage team have to work on heading into Moberly next week?
Well, I think we have to take a little bit of their moxie and understand that, hey, we're pretty hungry. And even when Moberly came in last year, I kind of thought that they would maybe, come in a little bit stronger than they did last year. I was really nervous about those teams and being hungry. It's us responding to the way it happened tonight is hopefully nobody in that locker room, nobody in the stands liked any part of it, and we create change by our effort and our attitudes, and that's going to be the biggest thing. Is I told him when we left, I go, you can go find someone that has something negative to say. You can go find them and talk to them or listen to them or whatever, or you can be within your team and self-absorb it as a whole, and then we can get better. But talking about how bad it was or who did this and who did that is a waste of time. We're getting ready to go watch film. We'll have the facts on there, and then there'll be some tough questions asked, and we'll take a look at some players and make sure that we have them in the right spot or at the right part on the depth chart. But essentially it boils down to me putting a plan together this week for our coaches and our players to get better and represent ourselves better. We got 3 weeks away, so we got a lot to do.
That's Coach Jolly joining us here for the post-game interview. Coach, thanks for coming up. I really do appreciate it.
We'll come up every game. Okay, thanks.
Yep. So, again, we'll be at Moberly next Friday night as the Indians will take on the Spartans up there. We saw the Spartans twice last year, once in the regular season and once in the postseason. But Osage falling here tonight, final score of 41-6. And, Steve, I don't ever do this, what I'm about to do, but I'm going to go ahead and do this. 41-6. I know he's frustrated. I know he's probably angry. But I thought that was the best coach's interview he's ever given me. And I don't normally say that on the air. Normally that's something I'll tell you off the air. But that shows just what kind of man and what kind of coach he is. I thought that was the best interview he's ever given me.
Yeah, and that's what he's going to speak to his staff. That's what's going to be, he's going to speak to his players. And that just comes from experience. 37 years of pouring into young men and your coaching staff. You get tested You get some maturity from that. You get some wisdom from that. And you heard a lot. And I thought that was a great interview. I was glad I got to hear that. And again, just you've lost a game tonight, and that's it. You don't need to make it more than that.
You're working towards week 10.
Right.
Like you said, it was, you mentioned that right before he came on. This is week 1. This is probably when he wanted this to happen, if it was going to. So Osage falls tonight 41-6. We will be back next week as the Indians will take on the Moberly Spartans. We'll head up to Moberly for that broadcast. But for tonight, we are done here. For Steve Adams, Mike Forever Young, Hail Mary on the camera, I am Craig Allen. Thank you for listening. This has been a presentation of Cool 102.7 Sports.
Speedwagons, lowriders,